Greetings. Welcome to the stream. This is Mac from the Old Guard. Hello. Happy Friday to everyone. So I'm doing something a little different tonight. I'm not doing any gaming tonight. I want to do a podcast with a fellow Twitch streamer, Skinny Savior. We're just getting set up right now, having some connection issues on Discord. But what I wanted to do was for us, Skinny and I, to talk about our anticipated games for the year. Specifically, I had the idea of us sharing our gaming wish lists with each other. So on my end, I would be sharing my Steam wish list, not the entire thing. Granted, I realize I have close to 150 games on my wish list on Steam, which I don't know if that's like oh, hey Skinny. I see you in chat there. Oh, how are things going on your end? Speak of the devil, right? Okay, I see you got your stream live now. I'm checking out your stream on my phone here.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, were we staying in Discord voice? Okay.
Yeah, there's an echo. I gotta get an echo right now, so let me try and fix that.
On my side?
Yeah, I hear it through my monitors. I don't know if we have anyone watching the stream now who can confirm if there's an echo or not. Let's see here. I'm using, I don't know if you got the latest version of OBS. I have the latest version of it, and I'm not sure if I like some of the changes they made to the layout.
I didn't update it yet.
Okay. It's probably for the best. It's probably for the best. How come I can't find... Oh, here it is. So... why is it echoing?
Let me know when I can. I'm going to knock on your stream to ask if I can join it for the chat. Or do you want me to wait?
What did you say about chat?
I was going to knock on your stream to see if I can join, like, so we can connect chats. So I can knock on for Twitch.
Oh, okay.
But I'll wait till you're done doing what you got to do.
Okay, thanks.
I don't want to hit you over doing too many things at once.
Yeah, I still get... The echo has been improved. Like, I was hearing echo from, like, 3 sources, but now I only hear it from 2. So that's an improvement. I don't know. I think it should be fine. Skinny, can you talk to me a little more? Tell me
Yeah, sure.
bedtime story.
And are you live on your stream? Can anybody hear me? You can hear on your side?
Okay, I stopped getting the echo in my headphones, but I don't know.
You can confirm on your side of the stream?
If you could just keep talking, I will listen to my own stream, and then I can confirm.
Okay. I have not gone live on my side of the stream yet, so once we go live on my side of the stream, I'm going to add your windows, and I'm just going to add the Discord voice and things like that too. So we should be able to go live on my side, but once we do that, it should be able to work on my side.
We good. I hear you loud and clear on my stream.
Okay, cool.
And there's no echo. So yeah, cool.
Okay,
My
cool.
my monkeying around with the settings worked.
Well, does it?
Cool. There's like a red. Okay, that's just for me. I see like a red mark in the middle of my OBS screen, but anyway, that's just me. You still there, Skinny?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm gonna ask to join stream now so we can get join the chats.
I've accepted.
Okay.
And what's supposed to happen next? Oh, right. Stream Together only supports Chrome and Firefox. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, so I guess can't do it.
I can just switch to Chrome. I'm just so used to
Okay.
using Opera when I do my
You're literally the only person I ever know that uses Opera. That's amazing.
Opera GX. It's a really cool browser. It runs
Okay.
lean, it runs light, and so that's why I like it.
Okay.
Here, let me fire up Chrome then.
That's okay. I ended it right now. You're good.
Cool. Oh wait, we don't need to close the browser. We can just minimize it. Open up Chrome. Twitch. And I'm logged into my other account, of course. So let me just. Okay. Oh my goodness. Stop. Manager. Okay. Hit me with the invite again, please.
Let me refresh. Are you live? Okay, it doesn't look like anything's showing on your screen yet, right? Okay.
Let me. I have to change the category of my stream. It defaulted to the Division 2. There we go. Oh, I see it there. I see it. Boom. All right. We have fire now.
Okay.
We have fire. So we have combined chats now.
Okay.
Very
There it
exciting.
is. I just did that. Okay.
Very exciting.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Shall we kind of officially begin now?
Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I think we're going, guys.
We've
Let's
achieved
go.
liftoff. Yeah. So all I have displayed on my stream is a video that's on pause right now. It's a YouTube video, and
Okay.
that's all I got. Very simple. So yeah, I was just explaining off the top here that I wanted to do a podcast. It's the first podcast on my channel. I've done podcasts with you before, Skinny, on my other channel before I rebranded. Blah blah blah. Long story, but in the past we've talked about. What was the last thing we did, Skinny? Do you remember now?
Oh God, no, I don't.
Oh, we talked about our best games of the year, our games of 2025. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And so this time, I had it in my head to talk about video games again, of course. Talk about our most anticipated games, but do it from like we would be sharing our gaming wish list with each other. So I was just saying that I realized I had close to 150 games on my Steam wish list, which
Holy shit.
is a lot. I don't know if that's like an average or if I'm like more of an outlier. Maybe it's too low. Maybe people have like thousands of games on their wish list.
150 games on your wish list is insane. Holy crap. That's crazy. I don't even know 150. I couldn't even tell you 150 games. If you asked me, like, if you gave me 2 hours, I literally could not tell you 150 games off the top of my head. Honestly, holy shit, that's amazing.
But it's all for
Does
show.
anybody else in chat? So we looks like we have some people here in chat. Does anybody else here in chat have that many games in? Like, how many games do people have in their wish list right now? Now I know both guys in here, and so do Nick. Now those guys are fucking gamers. So I would not be surprised if Bo and Nick have that many games in their fucking wish list. Actually,
Oh, hey,
that
Pink
does not
Pocket.
surprise me.
Hey, Pink
Plug it
Pocket.
in, pig. That's insane. Actually, because how many games do you own? Hold on. I know we're about to get into this, and we're not. I don't want to stretch this out too long. But how many games do you own in your Steam right now?
Oh, you'll pardon me, guys. If I focus away from the YouTube, you're gonna see a gray screen. So just give me a second here, so I can pull up Steam. It's in the hundreds. It's under 1,000, but it's definitely in the hundreds. Um, I'm in my library now. Where's the easy way to see total number of games? I thought there was like an easy way to see that in Steam. Do you know how many games you have in your Steam, Skinny?
In mine,
Yeah.
in mine right now. Hold on. You guys should be able to hear Mac now. Mac, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. You guys should be able to hear Mac now. That should work now. They for some reason they couldn't hear you. I think for some reason
Oh,
it got disconnected on my side. Yeah, on my side it wasn't OBS wasn't showing Discord. I don't know why it got disconnected for I think the window capture got changed for some reason. I don't know why. So Bo Guy says he's got over 200 games on his wish list on his Steam wish list right now. Fucking Damasio said he has
nice.
400 games on his wish list. That is insane. What are you guys doing in your wish list? 400 games? That is insane.
That's impressive.
That's
That's
crazy. That's crazy work, as the kids say.
crazy work indeed. Oh, I'm super loud.
I lowered my side down. That should be better.
I'm gonna lower my volume in Discord. Just give me a second here.
Yeah, it was on my side. It was on my side.
Okay.
I lowered it down. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I lowered it a touch just in case. All right. So
Something
total.
catches my eye. I added not much else to it. Ooh, what's this? All right, added. That's crazy. So you want to know how much is in mine? Well, I'm pretty new to PC gaming though. So I mean, mine doesn't count. I'm pretty new to PC gaming. So like I said, mine probably doesn't count. So I don't know. Mine, like I said, I probably am like little babies. So I don't think mine is in the triple digits at all. Like not even close to triple digits. Um, let's
Oh,
see.
cool. I did manage to show my Steam on stream. I was
Yeah.
afraid I didn't have that hooked up. So you guys can see my profile. All games 529 is all the games I own on Steam.
You guys are maniacs. But you guys have had Steam for like ever though, right?
But
So you guys have been PC gamers forever though.
I joined Steam when they first released it, basically. Like Half-Life 2, they released Steam with Half-Life 2. That's when I joined Steam, essentially. Boat guy is saying I'm really quiet now.
I fixed it.
Okay.
Just got it. Yeah. I was trying to make it show as in the
Okay.
middle.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, so my wish list is 18 games right now. But I also still have stuff on like my Switch and like my PlayStation and stuff like that. But even still, it's still not that many. And in my library also, I have it's still like I said, still it's a baby. I only have 76 games in my Steam library. But again, I'm
Okay,
still
you're
really
new.
new.
You're new. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still really new.
Yeah. Those are rookie numbers, Skinny.
I
Get
know,
those
I
numbers up.
know. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's my
All right.
philosophy too, from what people said in chat. Like, you see something interesting, you just hit the button. It's really easy. Um, so yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to look at wishlist because um, the top area of my wish list is a lot more curated than the bottom because when you add something new, it goes immediately to the bottom of your wish list. So I thought it'd be cool to share what's top of mind on the wish list. So like the top 5 on my Steam
Yeah.
wish list, and then share what's at the bottom. The bottom of the wish list is going to more reflect what's caught my eye recently. Or sometimes I add an older game that I just been thinking about, but I don't own on the platform, so I just hit the wish list button. So I thought that'd be sort of interesting. And it kind of reflects on like what's coming out this year because quite a few games on my list have been announced for later this year, or they've as yet been unannounced, but could be coming soon, soonish, like within the next year, stuff like that. And then Skinny, you were mentioning that you have some stuff on your Steam wish list, but mainly you have stuff on PSN and on Switch, right?
Most of them are actually on Steam, to be honest with you.
Most are on Steam as
I
well. Okay,
I
cool.
actually I actually thought one of them was going to be on only on PlayStation, but actually I found out that Phantom Zero is going to be on Steam also. I thought it was going to be PlayStation exclusive, but it's actually going to be on both. It's on Steam and PlayStation exclusively for a year, but I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
only on PlayStation, so I misread that.
Yes. And speaking of which, like, would you like to go through some of your picks first, Skinny?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, we were
I don't
just
know. Would
talking
you?
about Phantom Blade, so
I mean, did you want to go with the most the ones that we're looking forward to the most in general? We can kind of go one on one, one on
yeah,
one.
yeah, let's do that.
I think you and I have. I don't know about you, but the one that I'm looking forward to the most is probably the same one that we're both looking forward. I don't know. This one's not at the top of my list. I know at the on was it the Game Awards. This one looked fucking insane. Um, was Phantom Blade Zero. I don't
Yep.
know if you had something ready to pull up to it. I think you had some stuff that you wanted to show and things like that too. Phantom Blade Zero looked fucking sick when they were showing that game. And when I was looking up to it, when I was looking through it, and I was doing some more research on it, I was reading through it, and I'm like, this is a fucking Mac game. Like, this is a hardcore fucking Mac game. Because looking through it and reading for it, and I'll wait till you pull up some stuff here for it.
Can you see
I
it
don't
on
know.
my stream right now?
I don't see anything on your stream yet. I'm still showing Steam. You might want to minimize Steam. I think it's behind Steam.
Oh, that's why. My bad.
Minimize Steam, and I think it'll show it.
Yeah, okay, that's why. Son of a gun. Is that why?
Yeah, Steam. It's on your stream. It's showing Steam right now. Or yeah, on your stream it's showing Steam right now.
Oh, I got rid of it.
It's still showing it. It's like
What? Okay, I'm just gonna X the source completely. There we go. That's so weird. It just took over everything. Now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing the game. Go on, Skinny. Sorry about that.
okay. It looks like it ate my. It looks like whatever you did ate my browser source.
That's so weird.
I'm gonna have to redo it. Give me a second. Hold
Yeah,
on.
no worries.
Yeah, because whatever you added or whatever you did, it ate my browser source. That's not what I meant to do.
Thank you for the follow, boat guy. Um, I heard the ding just a few minutes ago. Yeah, I appreciate it, boat guy. Ah, shit. As soon as I focus away, I lose the video. I need a two
Yeah.
monitor setup. Seriously. There we go.
Yeah, that ate my. There it goes. Okay.
There we go.
I had it all queued up and everything like that. Then it fucking ate it, and now I'm having to reset everything up.
Yeah, don't worry. This video is like 14, 15 minutes long. It's from a pretty cool channel called Enfant Terrible, and they all the guy does is he gets exclusive access to new games, and then he just records gameplay and he posts it on his channel, and he gets
That's awesome.
hundreds of thousands of views.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I had everything set up and then it just ate it for some reason. But anyways, yeah, when I was looking at this game, it looks fucking sick because, and I was looking through it and I'm like, first of all, it's like a steampunk, like kung fu RPG type game, and I didn't really catch on to like the steampunk type like aspect of it at first or anything like that too. But it's like a kung fu punk type game as far as like the combat goes. And they were talking about how it had like Dark Soul type elements, but I didn't catch that at all through this video. And I guess the way it, I mean, but you can't really tell. I mean, you can't really tell just based on video. I guess it has to go based on like gameplay, the way it would feel. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But it has, and of course, everybody's like, "Oh, it's a Dark Souls game because it has parrying." I mean, every fucking game has parrying, but I fucking hate that, right? Oh, it's a Souls-like game. Well, every fucking game can be a Souls-like game, right? But it has like dark fantasy, has like assassin and stuff like that. I think the weird part of the game is what's kind of cool. Apparently, the game has to deal with an assassin that's framed for murder, and he only has 66 days to live. I don't know, which I thought was really cool. I have no idea how they're going to incorporate that into the game. There's some ways that there's different combat systems and there's different difficulty levels of the game. And in one of the difficulty levels, it's going to tie into how the game is going to limit you for 66-day time limit. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's going to have some type of way that it's going to limit you 66 days. I don't know if it's going to be in game days, limit you to like normal game days. So I have no idea how that's going to work, but that's what I was reading about. It was just talking about that. I don't know how that's going to
Yeah,
work,
I
but
thought I
it was
heard something
talking
about
about
that
that
too.
too.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, and there's going to be a shit ton of different weapons and stuff like that too. So it's going to be inspired by China. So it's been different Chinese, ancient Chinese type assassin type stuff, and different Ninja Gaiden type stuff, and different type of gameplay and skill based combat. So I think it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. The game is from a Chinese developer. I believe they're called S Game, and I think this is like their first core game release. Like they may have done mobile stuff in the past. Don't quote me on that, but I think in terms of like a PC console release, this is their first big budget one of those games. And yeah, I mean, it's not every day you see a game that's done in the style of these Hong Kong swords and sandals movies. Like there was a term for it, wuxia, I think, Wuxia. That's the sort of like the name of the style of these
Okay.
fantasy sword and sorcery, high flying martial arts movies. I guess the easiest touch point for Western audiences is the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the movie that came out
Yes.
like
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very much in that style, very acrobatic martial arts, kind of like fantastical elements where people can jump 20 feet into the air, they can float, they can walk on water, that sort of stuff. So I don't know if you're gonna have like water walking in this game, but there are definitely elements of like wuxia Chinese cinema in this game, like very heavy influence. And it appears to me that they're going for that in between play style of, I guess, a couple years ago you had the Wukong, the game of the monkey god, right? Wukong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that one is also sort of like in between Dark Souls, slow methodical game with bonfires, punishing difficulty, and like the faster classical hack and slash style of like the original God of War trilogy or Ninja Gaiden. And they're kind of blending those two together. So it's like a middle of the road. It's like it's faster than maybe an Elden Ring, but it's less crazy than Ninja Gaiden 4, which came out pretty recently.
Mhm.
So I do like that. It's being marketed as an action RPG. So that's pretty cool. You'll be finding a new loot. It'd be, I guess there'll be stats. You can you'll be raising your stats as you level up, all that sort of stuff, and yeah. But the moment to moment will be real time action gameplay, and I don't know what engine they're using. I have a feeling it's UE5, but it could be something else.
It
It looks
is.
amazing. Is UE5? Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. Okay. So hopefully, hopefully performance wise it holds up. UE5 has a terrible reputation already as being not like well optimized for current hardware. So hopefully they've put in the work to optimize it because it does look amazing. And I hope actually I should check. I'm afraid to check Steam because it's gonna mess up the display, but I don't think they had any details about system requirements, but I hope it's reasonable. And yeah, it's coming out in September, so not too far off actually, like 4 months or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks. I'm hoping. I say this now because again, I'm used to little easy baby games, but I'm hoping this game plays more like Stellar Blade and less like a Souls game. And I know everybody there's that divided people are like, oh, Stellar's not like Soul Blade and or Souls game, and some people are like, oh, it's exactly like a Souls game. But I personally like Stellar Blade. To be honest with you, I love Stellar Blade. Everybody knows that, and I don't think it's a Souls game because I played Souls games and I'm not a really Souls game person. So I hope this is more like a Stellar Blade game and less than a Souls game person. Because if it is more Soulsy, then I'm like, oh man, this sucks. Versus a Stellar Blade game, I really enjoy that type of gameplay and that pace. And I don't know, I can't tell you what the difference is, but I know what it is, and I really like that Stellar Blade feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Both guys saying action games and Souls likes are completely different things. People lump them all up together too much. It is true.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like everybody always says that. Like once a game parries, oh, this is a Souls game. Oh my God. Just because it fucking parries does not make it a Souls game. Like stop, calm down, enough. Don't do that. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden is a Souls game, and everything's a Souls game. Yeah. Mario Party is a Souls game because you can parry or you can throw back the shell or something. I don't know, but it's crazy. But yeah, I totally get it.
I'm a
I
little
would
bit
agree.
concerned about the time limit aspect. Yeah, I do know a little bit this about the story. You play as an assassin, and then you're double crossed or something, and then you died. You essentially died in the beginning of the game. You're poisoned in some way, but there's some mystical being that brings you back to life so that you can exact your revenge or something. But then you were still suffering from some kind of condition or some kind of poison, so that's why there's this time limit. So I don't know how
Which
they
I
advance the time.
which I want to say vaguely, now correct me if I'm wrong, vaguely was a plot of a Steven Seagal movie. I feel like that was he was half dead. They left him for dead, and he came back to kill and take revenge for the people who killed his family. I feel like that was a movie. I don't think it was the spiritual. I don't think it was the being, but I feel like that was. So maybe there's a little bit of elements there. I could be reaching, but I feel like there was there.
Hmm, hmm.
Maybe there is. But
Um,
yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I feel like that
no,
was
no,
there.
no, no, no worries. Steven Seagal, just bring up Steven Seagal whenever it's appropriate.
I will connect everything to Steven Seagal if I could.
Maybe you go to the blood bank in this game. There sure is a lot of blood, so.
I do have a game that talks about the blood bank actually, so that's actually pretty funny. That is a good. But I'll let you go. I'll let you go next because this was kind of like a co-game of ours.
Yeah, this was convenient because we both had this on the top of our lists. So, I need to cheat a little bit and move on to the next video here. You've already seen what it is. All right, so there we go. Full screen. So, number 2 on my Steam wish list is Total War Warhammer 40K. If I just hit play on that, is it playing? Why is it taking forever on the Peggy 18? Just go. Okay, good. I was like, oh, staring at this thing for too long. This is a weird one in a way because I've never played a Total War game, even though the series has been around for like I want to say 20 years. Um, they've recently gone into the Warhammer Fantasy license. So for those who don't know, the Total War series is a war game series where it combines a strategic layer, so it kind of plays like Civilization on the strategic layer, where you're moving armies around a map, you're taking over territory. But once you get into conflict with another faction, with another army, it transforms into, it kind of zooms into the battlefield for real time, like an RTS. As RTS, but without sort of like the traditional base building you might find in StarCraft or Command and Conquer. It's just strictly coordinating the battle. So there's like formations. There's you have to take into account elevation and blah 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 blah. And I guess there's resources in a way, like you can muster new troops if you can take over a certain amount of territory, and then you can deploy more troops or something. But essentially, it's tactical when you get into the fights, and then once you resolve the battles, it goes back into the turn-based strategic mode. So for the longest time, I was like, okay, cool. It used to be a historical wargaming, like they did samurai. They started off with samurai, medieval samurai stuff, and then they went into like Rome, ancient Rome, and then yeah, in the last several years, they got the Warhammer license. They did Warhammer Fantasy, and they did 3 games for Total War Warhammer Fantasy. And I'd be like, oh, wouldn't it be great if they did 40K? And I think during the Game Awards last year, they announced Total War Warhammer 40,000. And there's not a whole lot we know about the game, but they do show a little snippet of gameplay at the end of this trailer. Yeah, it's the scope of this game is, I think, going to be insane because you're going to be doing on the ground, boots on the ground battle like this. Lots of gigantic armies, but you're also supposedly going to be controlling battle cruisers up in orbit as well. So they zoom out to show you that here. And then I guess when you're doing the strategic layer stuff, it zooms even farther out where you're going to be looking at like the various solar systems. Oh shit, I already went to the next trailer. Son of a gun. Okay. So yeah, that's my number 2 pick. Even though I know very little about this game and I've never played any of the games in the series, just because it's Warhammer 40,000, I am a fan of the 40K franchise through the novels and through playing other video games in that IP. I'm looking forward to this, and I also learned that this is gonna be for consoles as well. So they have native controller support, which has never been done in this series before, which is kind of cool. I'm a controller stan when it comes to PC gaming, even so. That has me looking forward to how they implement that for such a complex looking strategy game.
So is it like a strategy game, like the one that kind of like the one of the games that you're playing now, or is it kind of like a Space Marine type game?
Well, yeah, you see me stream the game Age of Wonders 4, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the game I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that game, like how that game plays, is like how this game plays when you're not fighting. So you'll be
Okay,
uh, setting up bases, maybe taking over cities and stuff, and you'll be
okay,
managing an economy. But once
okay.
you get into a fight with another army, similar to Age of Wonders 4, Age of Wonders 4 will zoom in for like a tactical
Got it.
turn-based combat system, right?
Okay.
This game does something similar, but instead of a tactical turn-based system, it's real time. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be like playing a StarCraft skirmish when you get in a fight with another army. But once you resolve that battle, it'll go back to the overhead view of
As a
the
map
map.
look. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All
And
right.
this, yeah, like I was saying, the scale of this is really pretty crazy because it seems like you'll be doing battle on individual planets, uh, controlling the ground forces, and then you also be controlling ships in orbit too. Because there's, It's a science fiction world, so they have like battle cruisers and spaceships and whatnot. So I'm not even quite sure what the scale of the game is. They've only just sort of hinted at things in the trailer, but it seems like the scale is crazy. So
I feel like that's a very intellectual pick, Mac. I feel like you're flexing.
intellectual, like I don't know. I mean,
I
it's
feel like that's a very intellectual pick. I don't know. That is definitely not a GTA 6 pick. That's all I'm saying.
no. I don't
Definitely.
think you can get
Like
any
those
more
are
different.
two. I feel like those are two completely different different populations that are buying those games.
Yeah, I don't know if
So
there's like the biggest overlap between those audiences, to be honest.
it's probably for the best though. Probably for the best. That's funny. I mean, it's a very. I mean, hell, I watch you play Age of Wonders, and that's not even a genre I play or get into, but it seems interesting as shit. I mean, I wish I could play those games because this is definitely a genre I wish I could play, but it's just one of those games where I think I just yeah
Huge time investment. The
yeah
hours just melt away once you because you're always like, oh, I'll play one more turn. I'll play one more turn. Yeah.
yeah definitely a time suck. It looks like.
Yeah. Okay, I'll throw things back to you, Skinny.
Next one I want to pull up is Blood of Dawnwalker.
Okay, cool. Let me
And for some reason, I thought you had this one on your list, or I thought we had talked about this one as well,
I
or
do
you
have it.
had
It's a
this.
little lower. It's not my top
Okay,
5. Yeah.
okay.
Son of a gun.
That, I thought it was. I thought it was going to be on your list.
My browser having a bit of a stroke right now, so you have
Oh,
to
you're good. You're
forgive
good.
me.
You're good.
Okay. It kind of snapped out of it. Okay, cool. So, Blood of Dawnwalker, where are we? Here we go. Hell yeah. All right, tell us about Blood of Dawnwalker and why this is so high up on your
So
list.
it's really funny. This game actually has a in-game time countdown also. So this one in this game, you have 30
Yeah,
days to
that's
save your
right.
family. So the other one has 60 days, 66 days. The one that you have 30 days to save your family. What's up, Rip? I see you, bro. I
Hey,
see you,
Rip.
border. So apparently every game I have, have countdowns. But no, Blood of Dawnwalker, and this is kind of cool actually. It's actually an RPG from former Witcher 3 developers.
Yeah.
It's set in 14th century Europe. It's a game called it's a cursed what they call a cursed Dawnwalker, which is a day walking vampire. Go
Hmm.
figure. So dude has vampiric powers just to kind of and he was made a vampire by a vampire lord. He has to basically save his family. And it's supposed to be really, really very cool, very story driven RPG. It's a very narrative sandbox type game. It has a lot of player driven consequences. And it's supposed to have a very, what they call a very unique, what they're really driving into this game is a very unique make your own story system where everything you do has a very consequence based system. What you do impacts the story. Who you save impacts the story. How you train is going to open up or close different directions and different story branches of how even what you do and how you train is going to specifically guide your character down different story routes. Who you save and who you don't decide to save, different things like that. And especially they have this unique day and night system supposedly, and so how you have different distinct abilities that you do at night than you do day because it makes sense. You're a vampire, of course, right? And so what you do at night is going to, of course, impact your daytime. But they're going to be different aspects of it, of course. So how you approach the nighttime, you can't approach the way you do it during the day, and you're going to discover how the world is going to react to your daytime choices and how they impact your nighttime choices and different things like that too. And so it's going to be very RPG inspired as well too. So it's supposed to be really cool, and you're supposed to have to deal with how you're going to do dealing with your struggling with your vampire self and your human self, and it's supposed to be like a lot of romanticism from 14th century type Europe, and it's supposed to have a lot of different themes of the old Dracula if you remember like the Bram
Mm-hmm.
Stoker's type Dracula, like the Carpathian Mountains type of stuff, which is really cool. If you remember that Bram Stoker's Dracula, that with the what is that movie with gosh, I can't remember what with it has Keanu Reeves and I can't remember who else is in it. Oh
That
gosh,
was also called Dracula, wasn't it?
yeah.
Because
Let's call it Dracula. Not
Gary
not
Oldman.
Constantine. Gary Oldman, yes,
Yeah,
Gary
yeah.
Oldman, and Keanu Reeves. As far as that goes, that one was a great one. That one it's supposed to take a lot of inspiration from that specific type of Dracula. I think if they show him in here, that vampire lord looks very similar to like that older type of vampire, like demon type of look in one of
Mm-hmm.
his forms. So it's supposed to be really, really cool like that as far as that goes. It has a very story driven. You'll see a lot of themes from you'll see a lot of story. You'll see a lot of themes from Witcher 3 as far as that kind of stuff goes too. And you won't, it specifically will make you deal with really difficult decisions because it will push you into areas where you will not be able to save everybody. So it purposely will not let you save everybody. So you will have to be able to make hard decisions. And so the
Mm.
game will make you make some really shitty decisions. And the problem is the villain will not be able to make the same decisions you will be able to either. So if you save this person, the villain in the game may not be able to react the same way based on your decisions also. So that's interesting as well. So and of course, the game is open world, so how you react is going to be, it's very similar to that. It's supposed to be a very beautiful game. This is supposed to be on the Unreal Engine as well, Unreal Engine 5. So we'll see how that goes as far as that goes too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really curious about it. I think it's supposed to be really cool. I don't really get down to like vampire type games and stuff like that too. I'm not really like that monsterish type of stuff, but this one looks really cool. I'm not a vampire, movie person or anything like that, but I like the lore. I like the RPG aspect of it. I think if it's done really well, it won't come off like a goofy, hokey type shit. So I think they're approaching it from a very mature RPG, like story driven aspect, which I think is really interesting, which I like. They're not coming from like a mysticism type of like over the top aspect of it. So I think it's designed for multiple playthroughs and a lot of different paths and outcomes, which I think is awesome because that really drives obviously multiple playthroughs and gives that aspect of replayability. So I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. So it looks awesome. It looks really cool. For some reason, I've been on this big kick of these medieval RPG type games the
Yeah, yeah,
last
I know.
year or so. I don't
Uh-huh.
know what the shit is going on with me. I don't know if it's the history person in me, but I've been stuck in this era for some reason because I think, one other game that's in this same section too, or two other games actually that's in this same era. So yeah, get used to this era, chat, because we'll be visiting this era the same. And I still have two more games that I want to go back to as well because we still got to go back to Dragon Age 2. We want to cycle back to eventually sometime this year. So it looks pretty cool. It does look really cool. So um, yeah, so that's one of the games I
Oh,
want to go
for
to.
sure,
So
for sure. I started to get into The Witcher 3 again at the beginning of the year. And I still plan to finish my replay of that. But yeah, this screams The Witcher 3 100%. Does not surprise me at all that most of the devs are ex CD Projekt Red who had worked on the Witcher series, because this looks almost like a spiritual successor. Of course, the main character is a half vampire. They're not a monster slayer like Geralt is. But yeah, I mean, this looks really promising. I have cooled my jets a little bit on the game after the most recent showcase they did, where they revealed a lot more about the game. They announced the release date, which is also in September of this year, and then they also released the system requirements for PC. And it has me a little bit confused because, first of all, the system requirements are extremely steep. Like, they're extremely steep. But then I think afterwards it was clarified that those system requirements are for native resolution without any frame generation. So no DLSS enabled, no FSR. It's just pure raw graphics,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
AI frame gen. But I'm like, well, how do other games do it though? Because every game has DLSS now, and their system
Mhm.
requirements are not so extreme. And when I say extreme, I'm talking about like for minimum requirements, 1080p, low detail, minimum requirements. They are asking for an eight core AMD CPU. I don't know what the Intel equivalent is, but 8 core is like not quite the standard yet. Um, if for recommended, they're asking for a 12 core CPU. Now, 12 core is just like I think less than 10% of the gaming population on Steam has a 12 core CPU. And the GPU, they're asking for like a 4080 or something for to do 1080p. It's like the system requirements are crazy high, like crazy high. So I'm like, ugh. I'm thinking after that, it's like I hope they have a demo, right? The demo is gonna be the proof of the pudding. If I can
Yeah.
run the demo, if I can turn on some DLSS, because I don't have a slouch of a PC, but it's not top of the line either. It
Mhm.
has flaws. Like my CPU is only a 6 core, for example. It's a good 6 core CPU, but it's not 8 core. And I only have a 4070, which is like middle of the road these days. So yeah, I'm just kind of worried. If it turns out that I really want to play the game, but then the PC performance sucks ass, I might just have to get this on Xbox, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But talking about the game itself, it does look really promising. I like the whole you need to commit to your decisions, right? So once you make a decision, you close off a whole, huge path of a quest and like how other quests get unlocked from that point forward. So that there's reason to replay the game. Um,
Yeah. If anything, it seems like one of those games that where if you maybe wait till it comes out, maybe wait 6 months or so when it gets optimized and wait, it cools
mhm.
its jets a little bit. And once it's kind of like, all right, maybe we need to figure out what the best way to optimize this game is so that everybody can play it on a system that will doesn't need to be a 12 core system in order for it to play correctly and everybody can enjoy the actual gameplay without having to overheat their computer.
Yeah, yeah. After they announced this requirements, you start to see people, begin to denigrate how the game looks. Even they're like, say, well, the game looks good, but not that good, right? It doesn't. I don't know why this type of game would demand those sort of requirements, right? Which is a fair,
Yeah.
fair statement, right? Because the game does look very nice, but it's not like seeing Crisis for the first time 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and finally, yeah, what you said about the day night cycle stuff, that stuff sounds really cool as well because it's not simply a cosmetic thing where it's like, oh, now it's nighttime, you have to like pull out your torch in order to see in the dark. You actually have different powers at night because you're a half vampire, right? You're a daywalker.
Yeah.
And I think in one of the previous videos that they showed for gameplay, they showed the exact same quest being solved in daytime and then at nighttime. They did it again at nighttime, and you can take a completely different approach.
Hmm.
And if that's like every main quest or every like key side quest as well, where they have minimum two main ways to tackle it, daytime, nighttime, that's really cool, right? There's tons of
Yeah.
replay value there if you like to replay your games.
Yeah. And that's the thing with some of these, like as we look into these games and stuff like that, some of them sound really, really cool because they're super ambitious. But as we know, a lot of these things are that are always super ambitious. What happens when they come out? So, yeah.
Hey, Jaded Jules, welcome in.
Hey, I just noticed. Look at the little timer up in the top right corner. It says rescue family 22 days left. I never noticed that. Oh, that's interesting.
Damn timers.
22 days left.
I know how they measure the time in this game is, but whatever activities you do, depending on what quest you take on, it will tell you how much time, how many units of time it will take. So like a
Okay.
side quest will take like half a day or something, or when the
Mhm.
main quest will take a minimum 1 day, stuff like that.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. Have we any final words you'd like to say about the Blood of Dawnwalker before we move on?
Don't suck,
Don't suck, yeah, yeah.
because I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, let's minimize this. Okay, good. My browser didn't have a seizure. I guess my turn? I forget
Yes,
now.
sir.
Okay. Okay, so we talked about Phantom Blade, we talked about Total War. Okay, next is Exodus. Yeah, we kind of. Okay, cool. Another long video. Okay, yeah, you were talking about how you're all up in the fantasy medieval stuff now, and I was too. And then kind of suddenly found myself veering back into the science fiction or modern day stuff. So, yeah, Exodus is it's like a weird parallel with Blood of Dawnwalker because Blood of Dawnwalker is from ex CD Projekt Red, ex Witcher series people. Exodus is made by people that came from BioWare who used to work on the Mass Effect games. Um, so this has been in development for many years now. It is very Mass Effect looking, as you can see. It's a brand new IP made by, I forget the name of the studio, but yeah, the principal developers in this new studio are ex BioWare people. They had key positions on the Mass Effect series, and I guess they're taking their learnings, taking their passion for science fiction action RPGs, and just putting their own spin on it. I don't know a whole lot about the world that they're doing. I have some concerns right off the bat about the world building stuff because I've watched some of their dev diary stuff and watched a bunch of their trailers in the past, and it seems all over the place. Like there's almost like too much going on where they have. I think the crux of it is like there's a lot of time travel involved. There's some time travel. There's aliens. There's experiments going on where you have animals that have like evolved to the point where there's of high intelligence. So there's like I don't know you saw before there's like a bear running amok. But he's got like it's almost like a cybernetic bear. There's like a frog floating around. So there's like talking animals that are sentient. There's like the stereotypical like precursor, a master alien race that's long lost, and they've left behind some ancient technology. That whole trope. Um, what else is there? There's space magic. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Almost seems like there's too much going on, but I have to sort of reserve judgment because I don't really know what the plot of the game is even. Um, but Drew Karpashian is the writer on this too. Yes, yes, Drew Karpashian, who was the main writer of at least the first two Mass Effects, if I'm not mistaken. He wrote the first Mass Effect, and he did the second one with Mac Walters. Drew is awesome because Drew also, if I just go on a quick tangent, Drew Karpashian wrote a bunch of Mass Effect novels. And back in the day, I actually read a couple of them, and they're actually really good. I normally don't think much of novels based on video games, but holy shit, the first novel especially for Mass Effect was
Damn.
really well done. He did three of them. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, Drew's an OG. He's a great writer for video games. Um, so yeah, I do have high hopes for this. Interestingly enough, there's also like this what do you call that? There's a term for it where it's like, oh, um, my cousin worked on this movie. So and so I because it's my cousin, I feel like I worked on this movie in a way. It's like the shared spotlight sort of thing. One of my old classmates from video game school, from game design college or whatever you want to call it, he when I first met him in school, he was a huge Mass Effect 2 fanboy, and he had done a project. He's all into like the cinematics in video games. Mass Effect 2 was really sort of like groundbreaking back then because it had such good storytelling, had such well done cutscenes, and then when you had the dialogue, it was so cinematic. So he was all about that, and he's actually the lead cinematics director for this game now. So it's pretty amazing to see him progress. Like I haven't talked to this guy in years, but then to find out that he's working on this game, it's just like, oh, of course he is, because he's such a Mass Effect fanboy when I knew him in school. So yeah, beyond that, it's just like it's third person shooter. There's gonna be a lot of RPG mechanics beyond the scenes where you can level up stats, you'll get new loot, all that whole song and dance. I'm just hoping the story is good, and then the game isn't like a buggy mess, and it just overall I hope they stick to landing, because it does. We need another one of these type of games. I don't think there's enough of these type of games after Mass Effect kind of went silent all those years ago. Yeah, so that's my spiel.
It's really cool. Alex, like I don't know anything about this game, but I really want to play it. It looks awesome, to be honest with you. Holy shit. Um, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, very impressive trailers and whatnots that they've put out so far. Um, yeah, the stuff. I mean, gameplay wise, it looks pretty standard. To be honest, like they recently showed a clip of like some dialogue with one of the key characters in your team. You just they're just standing. It's just like Mass Effect 3. They look at each other, and then they talk, and then you can pick a response from like three options. Good camera work, all that stuff, and then yeah, they show some third person shooting here. They show some traversal stuff. It's like what you expect. Like you're walking along, and then you have like a ledge up high, and so in order to reach it, there's like a prompt to grapple onto it, and you have a grapple hook, and you just zip up there. So it's like all this stuff we've kind of seen before, but the sum of parts, I hope is good when it all comes together. I hope it ends up being pretty cool. And then yeah, as Bokai said, like we just don't know when Mass Effect 5 is ever gonna come out. That's been in development. I don't want to say hell, but it's been like not a priority, it seems, for BioWare for a very long time. But now that Dragon Age, the entire Dragon Age series has been put to rest. Like they're not going to do any more Dragon Age games. They can just refocus all their resources towards doing a proper Mass Effect sequel. But that could be well, it's 2026 now, right? That could be like another 5 years, 4 to 5 years before it even sees the light of day. So in the meantime, we'll be getting this. I think, yeah, they haven't announced this to come out this year. It's definitely going to be a 2027 release, I think. Yeah, yeah. I want to believe, boat guy. I definitely want to believe. Um, I have hope. I have hope. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I think I've gone on long enough about a game that I'm really just going off of vibes, going off of the vibes and then the pedigree, really. All right, what you got for us, Skinny?
I have a similar game going off of just vibes. um, we're gonna go to Chronicles Medieval.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
another medieval game. This is another game that I probably would have never played before or even sneezed at or anything like that,
There
but
it is.
I've been kind of in this weird medieval historical type of play, and this seems like a huge nerd game. Uh, it's a medieval sandbox RPG game for coming out for PC or eventually for consoles. It's a 14th, 15th century century Europe game. It's a really different type of game. It's not going to be a story type game. This is going to be it's going to be a I don't know how to say it. So it's going to be basically set in chapters. You don't normally, it's not necessarily a game that you play story wise. It's set in chunks of time periods. So you basically select different time periods within the 14th and 15th century Europe that you want to play.
Okay.
Once you select those specific time periods, you basically play 35 in-game years within that specific time period. You play 35 in-game years, and within those 35 in-game years, you play throughout
Oof.
that system, and you play between the strategic overview, you command units, you have battles, you live through the trade, the events, the action. I mean, you do everything in that world. You can start from a peasant, you can go from a lord, you can be a knight, you can kind of go through the entire area, and it's supposed to be believable combat, armor. It's supposed to be a balancing of combat and historical accuracy and fun. So it's not going to go ultra historical accuracy like to where it's like super duper
Mm-hmm.
extremely historical accuracy to where it just completely ruins the fun for trying to come in here and you have to do every little minute detail. But it's
Sure.
also not going to be over the top to where you just go in there and start, farting around and all sorts of stuff too. But you're going to be going in there and you build castles, you manage stuff, you engage in trade, manage your resources and different things like that too, which I normally hate doing that manage resources part. So I'm kind of curious as to how that's going to go. But they do have a part where you can kind of automate some of that stuff and you can do build factions, you trade, and how you do all that stuff is going to uh, manifest itself within your empire and how that affects your war, your factions, your battles, and how that impacts your battles for the most part, right? Like, and how it's going to impact your villages and your basically your system of your world. So are you going to be able to sustain the winters based on who you keep as an ally or who you have as who you're making enemies with? Are you going to be constantly in war? Are you going to be having to be able to sustain yourself through through hard times because you're constantly at war? Or are you going to have allies enough to be able to sustain yourself and different things like that too, right? Or are you going to have a start as a peasant? You're going to rise to power because there's no real fixed story, so it's allowing you to have any type of narrative that you want to set. So I think that's really cool in that aspect. But then it also can kind of get a little hazy because if there's no fixed narrative, it can kind of get a little, you can kind of get lost. You know what I mean? And that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
where I kind of get a little lost sometimes too, because me personally, I sometimes need that narrative. And I was kind of joking with Nick too, and he said something in another Discord also talking about how that's kind of where Crimson Desert kind of fails because there is sometimes it's almost too big and you get lost in the fact that there's no set narrative. There's no set goal sometimes. And if you don't have that, sometimes you just get lost and you need some of that stuff sometimes. Especially for some of us who are older and we don't have that much time. You don't have the time to just run around and just figure things out all at the time yourself and just discover everything yourself. You need some type of you need some type of story driven, you need something to keep you going. You can't just have all the time in the world to explore. I need some type of objective. So I'm a little worried about that part. You know what I mean? I need something to kind of help me drive. I need an objective sometimes, but it looks really cool. As you can see, they're supposed to be really big on the combat also. So they're big on the combat, the way they're trying to um, keep the realism in combat about how the fluidity of the combat works between the different weapons, the pole arms, the swords, the shields, and like they're really big on that. They're going really heavy on the realism of the combat. So how that's going to particularly work, I'm not 100% sure. A lot of it so far is just video and through developer journal and diary. So a lot of it is just them talking about it and what you see here. So there's nothing gameplay wise, like on hand gameplay for anybody to actually see or like feel or talk about. So it's just a lot of what they are telling us. So if they're telling us this is what it feels like, that's it, right? We don't
Yeah.
they can just tell us believable combat. Well, that's cool, that's believable combat, but we don't know what that means. So it's supposed to be really cool. I like the fact that they say it's balancing between fun and accuracy, because sometimes you get too heavy into the accuracy and it kind of wears it down. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it gets too difficult. And that's sometimes where Kingdom Come gets a little heavy. It's a little bit difficult sometimes because they lean too much into the historical accuracy, and it's a little difficult sometimes. And you're like, okay, this is like a little bit much sometimes. Um, but this is supposed to hopefully balance that out. So it looks interesting, and that they're big on the sheer grandiose of it. Like as you can see, the battles look really big. They look very epic. So I'm curious as to how they're supposed to be big on how epic these battles look, but then how they're going to focus on the player that is involved in these. Like, how do you not get lost in that big epic battle when you're focusing on one player fighting that, right? So
Mm.
I'm curious as to how that's going to go. So it looks really cool. Um, as also as Nick would say, this game could look amazing, or it can completely pants you when it comes out. So it could just completely be a wet fart, and it could just be a whole lot of nothing. So it looks great though. As you can see, it looks awesome. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. The the combat has a lot of potential. I think it's really cool that you can do so much from it. Um, the fact that you can go from a peasant to a lord to a knight to like rise up, and from such a realistic fashion, I think is really cool to be able to manage some of the economic things, and you can kind of do the trading. I don't normally get into that stuff, but the way they said it and the way they sold it from not being so in the weeds to it is really cool. The way it kind of makes it seem manageable for someone who's not into that, that managing every little aspect of it, but still keeping the fun part of it and
Hmm.
still being part of that game. Because sometimes you want to be part of that, but not lose out on the fun of the game still too. But you don't want to lose out on, you don't want to just auto simulate everything and feel like you're missing part of the game. So to be able to include that and still be part of the combat and be part of everything of the game, I think that's really important and really cool to keep you entrenched in the entirety of the game. So we'll see. This is supposed to be early access for this year. They don't have a specific date. It's just early access is planned in 2026. I'm a little scared about early access games after Greedfall, so we'll see. This is supposed to be Unreal Engine 5 as well, so it's supposed to have extensive mod support and a lot of it. And again, emphasizes player choice, so a lot of that going on
Like
too.
when they show this scene, it looks amazing. When you have the knight riding up to the hill, looking down at the opposing army, that looks
Yeah.
epic to use a overused descriptor. Let me just quickly just rewind back. Um, yeah, this looks awesome. I would say, Skinny, this is your intellectual pick for tonight. You kind of said the same thing for me for Total War Warhammer. I mean, this is kind of like in a similar vein where they're blending different genres together. You say there's going to be kingdom management and that sort of stuff, and then when you get to fighting, you'll be able to control your individual knight or your lord on the battlefield, and it'll be kind of like this real time martial weapon based combat, right?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing too that I didn't talk about too. So like during the large scale battles, I don't know how they're going to do this, but you can also like command certain units like your longbowmen or the cavalries and the sieges and like the epic in the field battles, but then you can still go into your person and then, still fight them. So I don't know how that's going to work. So, but they're supposed to be able to integrate all that too. So that it's a lot of moving parts, right? I don't know how that's going to all flesh into that. It seems like a lot going on too.
Another ambitious game, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Geez. Yeah, well, I hope the EA pays off for them. I hope they don't stay in EA too long. So I hope they do it for like, let's say 6 months. They polish out some stuff and they come up to market with 1.0 and it's a complete polished product. It does look very interesting.
Yeah. And they're selling it also. Sorry, they're selling it also. I have a little note. So they're selling it on a what they say is a 3-layer combat. Is before you go into it, you're supposed to be able to set your strategic overview,
Okay.
and then you go into the commanding units, and then you go into the personal combat. So there's 3 layers of it supposedly. So that's how they're selling it.
Cool. And yeah, what you said about the lack of story is a little concerning as well. I totally understand what you mean. It's kind of like the stereotypical actor. It's like for the actors, they want to know what's my motivation. That's very similar to playing games that have no story. Sometimes you just kind of out there purely just engaging with the game on a mechanics level, but at the end of the day, you're like, why am I doing any of this? And that's
Yeah,
that's why you need a story wrapper. And that's why I say like people should not underestimate the importance of having good writers on your game to
yeah,
craft the
yeah.
plot, to craft the dialogue, to actually give you a reason to do the things that you do in the video game. Because yeah, not having that stuff, you feel it. So we'll see how they distract you from the fact that there's no story.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry, I went on too long. I apologize. Go ahead.
No worries, no worries, no worries. I went on super long for Exodus, so do not fret. Do not fret. Okay. The next game. Let's see. We talked. Okay, Spine is
I
number.
tried to look for this game that you had. I could not find this game, so I have no idea what the hell this game is. So I'm really looking forward to hearing you talk about this game because I have no shit idea what this is.
Yeah, Spine has been in development for a long ass time as well. It's a smaller team. I don't know anything about these developers, and what they're presenting here is a mix of John Wick, video game John Wick. Ironically, not ironically, but coincidentally, there's actually an official John Wick game in the works right now as well. But as you can see here, it takes a lot of inspiration from recent action movies, a la John Wick, where they're combining third person shootouts with hand to hand combat. They're trying to seamlessly blend the two together. There will be stylish takedowns based on, I guess, contextual cues, whether you've damaged enemies enough to finish them off, that sort of stuff. You'll be able to use environmental objects as part of like these takedowns as well. So, yeah, it looks a bit like Batman Arkham Asylum style melee combat with guns, right? So yeah, it looks very promising. As I said before, the game seems to have been in development for way too long, and they still don't have a release date on their Steam page. I'm hoping. I think this has been sort of like there's been like a sentiment on the internet after they announced the John Wick game. People are hoping that this lights a fire under these guys' asses to get to market first, so we have something to play while we wait for that John Wick game, which also looks pretty slick. Um, what else? The music. Interestingly enough, the music in this game, they hired the composer that did the music for the John Wick movies. I believe his name is Le Castlevania. I think some of the music in the John Wick movies is amazing as well. Just like really iconic
Mhm.
tunes, and
This looks interesting. That's kind of cool.
yeah. So it's gonna be like this kind of techno-ish soundtrack, and yeah, I hope it's just like a fun, straightforward romp. It doesn't look like a game that's really gonna tax your brain cells like the previous game did. It's just like play through the stages, kill all the people, get style points, rinse and repeat. So yeah, I'm always in the mood for these type of games. So
How did you find this game? Because I could not find this game at all. Like, where did you find it? Like, how did you find it? Because I looked it up and I couldn't find this game at all. How did you? Where did you even see this game from?
well, Skinny, when you squat on YouTube as much as I do, you'd be amazed
You
at
do
what
love yourself some YouTube. I will say you do love YouTube.
you will be amazed at what YouTube algorithm feeds you on any given day. Uh, so yeah, it started off
So
with
you
the
just found it
trailer.
randomly?
It just
You just
started off with
found it
the
randomly?
trailer, yeah. And then as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, cool! It's on Steam. Go to Steam wishlist. Go to Steam wishlist the game." And then the algorithm knows I was interested in this game, and then they start giving me more videos about it. Yeah. Yeah, I've yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about the developers. It's not from a big studio or anything, so it's just random dumb luck finding a trailer on YouTube.
Nice. And when was this supposed to be released again? I don't know if you saw that or
They
make a
they
note.
didn't they didn't announce anything. They have yet to announce even in like a year. They don't even it just says coming soon. I think on Steam, to be announced or coming soon. But like I said, they already revealed the John Wick game late last year. So I hope that lights a fire under these guys' butts to just finish this game already, and just release it.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, that's it.
I like it. Looks cool. It's interesting. It looks like it has a very different look.
Yeah, like Rip said in chat, it's kind of cool that they are taking the cyberpunk style to it as well. So I'm a sucker for cyberpunk. So when you have John Wick style combat with cyberpunk, yeah, it should be a recipe for success, but we'll have to see. Top tier, top tier. All right, so what's next on our
I
list?
have Gothic, the Gothic 1
Hell
remake.
yeah. Hell yeah. Stealing a video from IGN here.
So this is a game I probably have no business talking about because this is a really old game that I've never played before and barely heard about up until like 5 months ago.
Same,
That's been
same.
out since like 2001 and has like a huge cult following, but apparently I've never heard about it. It's been out, the original one's out 2001. So this is a really, really weird game. The premise of this game is super interesting. It's like totally weird. When I looked up the game, like what it was like, first of all, I saw the game on Steam and I was looking at it and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. This looks kind of cool. And then when I looked it up, I was like, oh, it's a remake. And then when I started looking at what the game was about, I was like, what the hell does this mean? Like, what in the world? This is the weirdest game ever. So what the game is actually about, not even looking at what like the gameplay or anything like that, but what the actual story is about is apparently it's set in this kingdom, and this kingdom is losing this war against these invading orcs. And in order to beat these orcs, they need to build this weapon. And they, in order to fight back, in order to build this weapon, they need to harness this specific ore or iron or whatever the shit it was. And they need to do this in the mines. And so, in order to do this in the mines, they are going to force these people to work in the mines and they're going to build this like dome or this colony or whatever to entrap these people in the mines. Well, these people revolt and they escape and just causes this huge chaos, and whatever happens, they ended up building, it breaks into these three factions and they build these like three jails and these three camps, and you're basically set into one of these three camps. And that's kind of how it goes. Like, there's a lot more complexities. I'm kind of butchering the story, but that's basically what happens. And you're set in one of these camps, and that's really how it starts. You're basically punched in the face. You're literally punched in the face, and you're told to deliver this to one of the camps. And you're in one of the, and they're basically prisons. you're basically, it's three prisons, three camps that's working for the king, and they all have this like unwritten agreement to say, hey, everybody keeps in themselves. You're working for everybody's keeping in themselves. Nobody's fucking with each other. We're all working for the king. Everybody just keeps in themselves, and that's it. And you're escaping one of the camps, and that's basically the game. And you just kind of figure shit out from yourself. That's what it is. So that's kind of what it is. It's your character is literally called the Nameless Hero. So you can read more about the story in depth, and it is a very weird read, to be honest with you. If you wanted to, I can literally read you the entire thing, but it is a very weird read, and it's a very long read, to be honest with you. But I was trying to kind of give you the high level uh, overview of it. But basically, it's a remake of a 2001 RPG, and they are revamping the shit out of it. But they're staying faithful to the remake. I will say this: they're staying very faithful to the remake, but they're just revamping it, modernizing it, and they're giving it a better combat system. They're adding a whole bunch of combo systems, new difficulty systems. They're adding a whole bunch of new side quests for it. It's supposed to play a lot like a Oblivion game, but on steroids. It's supposed to have a lot of different mechanics, a lot more updated open world dynamics, and a lot more NPC routines that are going to be free open world environments. So what they're trying to really push on this game is open world NPC environments. So basically, while you're away, if you're away from an area, they're selling the game that the NPCs are still living. So if you're interacting with an NPC and you go to another part of the map, in theory, that NPC is still doing whatever they're doing off camera, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I gotcha. I
So,
gotcha.
so that's kind of what they're pushing that game. It's more of a dynamic world, and they're more NPC routines. And there's going to be about 25% more content than the original game. There's new weather effects. There follows the original plot still. There's new boss fights than the original game. The people who are they're trying to stay and keep the original fans for the game, but bring in new people. And as you can see, it looks great, honestly. It looks very RPG-ish, as you can see. Another game that's an Unreal Engine 5. It's another engine, I know, right? So it's a very RPG game. It just really caught my eye again because it's another RPG game. And this is another zero to hero type progression game. So um, I'm interested in it. It probably is just another RPG check off the list, but I've been really heavy on RPG games. So I'm interested in it, honestly. It looks cool. Some of the combat, I don't know if it goes into the combat stuff. Some of the combat looked really cool. The only thing is that there's no like there's very when I was looking through it and I was trying to read through some of the other stuff, there's no hand holding in this game. Um, and apparently, when I was reading through it, that's very faithful to the original. Uh, it lacks a minimap and there's no level scaling. So it really just forces you to figure shit out on your own. And that's really it. And there's really an unforgiving environment, which I feel
Oh.
like has been a lot of the MO for the games that I've been playing. So yeah, let's figure that shit out on our own. So it's been interesting. So you just got to run around and figure things out on yourself, and there's no leveling. You just kind
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
just get good, and you just figure things out on your own, right? And you just kind of mess with the terrain, and you react dynamically to the weather. So they're supposed to really push that. They're pushing that too. So apparently the weather is going to play a big part in the game as well. So we'll see. They're big on the attacks and the combos. They're really pushing that as well too. So I wish they would show a little bit more of the combat. Oh, here we go. I think actually this might be a little bit.
Velociraptors, sort
Oh
of.
god. Okay. Okay. Oh god. One of them just got shot. Oh no. Okay. He's in the arrow. Okay. So let's see if there's a little. Let him get close. I'm trying to see some of the combos. Some of
Get some raw white
the
meat
combat.
out of that dino.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, boo. There's no combat there. Oh, look, bro. Raw white meat. There you go.
Drax. This game is kind of bizarre. I gotta be honest. Like, there's a dome that's trapping everyone in this area of the world. It's like kind of like a prison work
Well,
colony.
they're breaking out of the dome. That's the thing. So the dome is only over the prison colony, but you
Yeah.
break out of the prison
Okay.
colony.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so that's the thing, and that's the thing about I don't know. I don't know if it's been figured out or not. So we'll see. This comes out in June 5th, though, so hopefully they did because the shit's coming out here in a month.
Ready or
We'll
not?
find out. We'll find out if they figure this shit out because
Yeah.
we're about to find out here pretty soon. But yeah, it's by THQ Nordic, so I don't know too much about THQ Nordic. I haven't really bought a THQ game in a long time, so couldn't tell you. But we'll see. Honestly, I don't know too much about this type of game, so really, yeah, just have Nexus mods ready for the inevitable tweaks. Exactly. Get ready for this shit. So,
Boat
exactly.
guy knows the drill.
We know the drill exactly. You got to wait like a couple of weeks for the stability mods to come out. So, not my first rodeo. Exactly.
Exactly. That's
So
too
that's
funny.
funny. But yeah, so that's interesting. Like I said, this could be just your run-of-the-mill RPG that everybody will forget about in a month, which I'm sure it would be because it kind of looks like it. But it looks like it'd be fun. It could be fun. It could be $30 in 2 months, but who knows? It could be fun.
Yeah, this is an interesting pick to do a remake or remaster of because I also know of the Gothic games, the original ones. I never played any of them. I just heard about them in much the same way that you have. They're kind of like the second tier Elder Scrolls sort of deal. Um, Except they're primarily third person games, which this one is. And yeah, it's open world fantasy. Um, Now overall, I kind of like got one eye on it. I don't know if it's gonna be right up my alley necessarily. I don't have any attachment to the franchise either, so I would have to just do my usual thing of check out a bunch of reviews on YouTube, check out Open Critic, and just kind of
One of the
see what
funny,
people are
I have
saying.
to say this. I do have to say this. Hold on. One of the funny things in one of the visuals that I saw, I don't remember who I copied and pasted this, one of the reviews, and I don't remember. I wish I kept the review of who this was. One of the visuals says, built-in Unreal Engine 5 with updated character models and visuals, although impressions note a Euro jankiness in movement. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Euro jankiness in movement. I
That
was
the
like, okay.
animations are just not super
Euro
polished.
jank, I guess. I
Yeah,
guess. That's
Eurojank is its
funny.
own thing for sure. Um,
That's funny. Yeah,
Eurojank.
that's funny. So I'm like, okay. But yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
fun,
one,
like
this
I
one,
said.
yeah, this one. I like that this one is coming out real soon, so we'll definitely find out uh, if they can deliver. And we need more good games to come out in June, July, and August in general. There's usually like kind of dead during the summer months, so
Yeah,
it's good that we
yeah.
have a game like this coming out. I hope they get a new audience because yeah, Gothic 1 and 2, I don't know if there were 3 Gothic games, I forget, but yeah, the original Gothic games were definite fly under the radar games. They definitely did not get the shine. And yeah,
Mhm.
they have a cult following for sure. So I hope that with this remake, they get their wish and they attract a much bigger audience. Cool.
I'm good with this one.
Yeah, cool. What do we got next? Let's see if we can. Okay, so the last of my top 5 is a little game here called Defect. Oh, weird. Another cyberpunk game. We just talked about Spine,
Oh yeah,
which
this one looked really cool. I did find this one on yours. This one looked cool.
yeah. So I Another one of these games where I'm really going off of vibes. I'm really going off of the trailer. Um, all I know is that the developers of this game, I think some of them have worked at id Software before. Some Doom pedigree in there. And the composer of this game is Mick Gordon, who is the composer of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Awesome composer. It's really, I still find it sad that he had a falling out with id Software for the Doom Eternal soundtrack. And then now they've kind of cut ties with each other. But yeah, he's a really awesome composer, and he's doing a soundtrack for this game, which actually, to be honest, the soundtrack so far just sounds like a lot of industrial techno noise. So I hope there's some more interesting tunage once I actually play the rest of the game. But yeah, apparently this game you're playing some kind of mercenary or some kind of SWAT. No, I don't think you play a good person in this game. You're kind of playing like a shady mercenary type. You take jobs, and I think the hook in the gameplay is that there's some kind of technology that lets you mind control people. So in the middle of a mission, if you subdue somebody and you have the right sort of hacking tech or what have you, you can mind control another NPC, and then you can play as the NPC. So you'd be sort of like, I guess it'd be similar to like controlling a drone in a Call of Duty game, where, you know, you as the main character are just sort of standing stock still in the level while you pilot this other character that you've mind controlled. And I guess they can, I guess with that mechanic, you can open up some interesting sort of mission design and tactical possibilities. But apart from that, just looks like a pretty, from what I've seen of the game, it just looks like a lot of metallic corridors, maybe a little more slower paced in terms of like being a shooter. You can see here a good destructible environment. So just visually, it's got everything. When I was a teenager, it's got everything I envisioned like a first person shooter to look like, 20 years in the future, where the graphical tech would just be mind blowing. It's like almost near photorealism in a way. But yeah, I guess here they're kind of showing you how you kind of stuck something to a guy's head, and now he's working for you now. So I don't know if there's any like squad mechanics we can issue orders during combat. Maybe there is. Maybe they showed an example of that too. But yeah, you're just going through these really dingy, gloomy, dark corridors. The guns look really cool and futuristic, and everything looks like it has high impact. As you can see, there holes are being blown through these cement walls. Like yeah, the guns look really beefy and intimidating, and you can lean around corners and stuff. I like the fact that it looks a little more slower paced and methodical. Um, and I don't know if there's any multiplayer in this game. Yeah, from what I've seen, it's only like a single player game. But yeah, I'm waiting to get more details. No release date announced or anything. And I'm kind of aging out. To be honest, I'm kind of aging out of first person shooters in general. There's very few that I play now. Um, Last year I got into Metal Eden, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, I find it hard to get excited for shooters like this these days. But because of the visual style, because it looks so cyberpunky, I'm curious. I'm curious. They have my curiosity peaked at least. Um, Rip mentioned Ill. That's another game that looks graphically amazing. It's more of like a survival horror um, type of game. But yeah, that also looks pretty sweet. Ill, capital ILL, yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure for the team shooter rip. Yeah, as far as I know, it's just a single player, linear type of game. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe there could be like more of like a free form. You take on missions and you can kind of choose what order that you take missions on. I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but you were in this building. It looked like something straight out of the Judge Dredd movie, like Mega City One. I forgot the name of that apartment block in the Judge Dredd movie, but it's like this massive city within an apartment complex sort of deal. So yeah, they're definitely taking cues from Judge Dredd as well. Yeah, I don't really have that much more to say about the game. There's so very few details out for it beyond this gameplay trailer. Um, and overall, I don't think it's going to be like a super innovative game in terms of gameplay or anything. But like I said, it's just the vibes, the aesthetics that I like. Mega Block, Peach Tree or something. Wasn't that called Peach Trees in Judge Dredd? Skinny, you there?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
here. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I just know I like the movie.
Amazing. I love that movie so much.
It's so good.
Um,
It looks cool. Yeah, it looks really good.
yeah. Yeah, shoot a bunch of people in the face with big guns. What's not to like? What's not to like about that?
Might be too violent for you, Rip. The Carl Urban one is great. Yeah, it is. Not as good as the Sylvester Stallone one, but I mean, it's a close
Well,
second.
yeah, I was talking about the Carl Urban one this whole time, but
No,
I'll
I
I'll
know,
give
I
some
know.
love to the Sylvester Stallone one, a little bit.
Yeah.
Rip, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to watch the Carl
Yeah,
Urban
you gotta
Judge
watch
Dredd.
the Carl Urban one. That one is freaking
Just make
insanely good.
that your chore to do this
Yeah.
weekend. Just
Yeah. Request off, go to Blockbuster, ask mom to drive you, and go rent the
Blockbuster.
VCR. Go.
I love the Blockbuster name drop.
Borrow mom's membership card and go get it.
Yeah, the Sylvester
Riff's like, what the
Stallone
hell?
one is not without its merits, for sure.
Yeah. Rip's like, what the hell is a Blockbuster?
Okay, sorry, my browser's having a stroke again, but
You're good. You're good.
give it
You're
a
good.
moment and it'll come to. What is I don't know if you want to just start
Yeah.
gabbing about your
Another,
next
okay.
game.
Here's another game that I have absolutely zero I have
There
no
we go.
business talking about this game either because I've never played any of the originals, but interested in this game. It is the Fable reboot.
There we
So
go.
this is the game that everybody is freaking out about because everybody who is a Fable original is up in arms about the way the new Fable reboot is looking. Um, I've never played any of the originals, so I have nothing to go based off of. But apparently, a lot of people were really concerned with what the new reboot's looking like. But it is completely going to be redone. So this is a reboot of the Fable series. It is not a remake. It is a reboot of the upcoming of the RPG game or the original RPG game. It's supposed to come out in autumn of 2026. They do not say a specific date, anything like that. It's just autumn of 2026. It's supposed to be released on Xbox, PC, Steam, PS5. It is going to be, I think, Game Pass. So day one. So I'm cool with that because I do have Game Pass. So it's a full reboot, not a sequel. Supposed to be a little bit more closely related to the original. Supposed to be closely related. It's supposed to be more British humor, I guess, is what they're saying. So this
Yeah.
may not be everybody's cup of tea. Uh, but so it's supposed to be very fairy tale atmosphere-ish. So we'll see how that works. Modernizing gameplay, of course, very life simulation elements. Obviously going to be more current gameplay elements, different mechanics. It's still going to have a lot of the things where you get to buy the properties, manage businesses, form relationships, have marriages, including raising children, which, from what I understand, that was what you could do in the original games. Revise morality systems from, I guess, again, I'm going based off of a lot of things of what you could do in the original games. So that's what you could do compared to that. The developer said they have replaced the classics Horns and Halos binary morality system, and the reputation is more fluid. Individual NPCs and settlements forming opinions of you based on your specific actions and their values. So no longer going to be Horns and Halos, which I'm assuming is going to be your good and bad, which Horns is bad, Halos is good. So it's going to be more fluid. So it's going to be more less cartoonish and more, real based and not as, a little bit more fluid as far as
Chicken
that goes
chaser.
too. So a little bit more, oh God, he just kicked the shit out of that
Yeah, I
chicken.
know,
Fuck
I
that
know.
chicken. That's funny.
It's a running joke with
So
this series, I
for the
think.
game, from what I've
Yeah.
heard, yeah. So I know a little bit of the game, and I've heard some of the things and things like that too. So, so
Rip.
the world of Albion, which is the main world. So players will be able to revisit the familiar locations: Fairfox Castle, Bloodstone Village, and of course it'll be an expanded world, open world environment. And again, this is again, of course, Unreal Engine 5. That's apparently the only engine that exists in the video game world. Apparently, nowadays. Blizzard Entertainment is the one that's doing this, and have it game cinematics, of course. So you start from as a child and work all your way up to as an adult. So it'll be interesting, and then you get to choose everything from your custom characteristics, your gender, your appearance, all sorts of things that you can do for customization. You can do it in this game. It looks like. So
This
yeah, I don't know much about this game. Honestly, I don't really know much about the Fable franchise. I just know it's very, very customized. It's very, very decision based, super duper RPG-ish, and something that I'm looking forward to since I've gotten into RPGs. So again, I for some reason I've gone into the RPG world, and this is one of those games that has been told to me that is a super RPG grandfather games that you have to play. So I want to play it. And this is the reboot that I want to get my hands onto.
nice. Yeah, it feels like every second game we've talked about tonight has been involved like over the shoulder behind a person holding a sword or an axe.
For me, yes. For me, yes,
Or
yes.
and then when it comes to me, it's like somebody's holding a gun in the third person.
Yeah, exactly. In space or some type of
Yeah, yeah.
foggy tower area, right? Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah,
With
Skinny,
neon
I
lights.
think when this game actually comes out, I personally think that their 2026 release window is a lie because I think this game is going to be delayed forever because they've been working on this game for half a lifetime at this point. But yeah, Fable 2 is the only Fable game I played, and I absolutely love that game to death. An amazing game when I played it on the Xbox 360 all those years ago. Skinny, these games are sort of like that kind of open worldish, but not really. It's more about the lineage, I guess, where you like you mentioned you start off as a child and you grow up, right? And then
Mhm.
you build up your reputation as an adventurer, eventually into becoming a hero. And then beyond that, after you become a hero, you become almost like a legend. I think in Fable 3, you even like became a mayor of a city. So kind of like the game of life essentially. And then the game was very sort of innovative or pioneering for its time because you could, form relationships with people, get married, and have kids. And it wasn't like a life simulator or anything. Like that was all very sort of like tangential to the main purpose of the game, which is just adventuring. But the fact that you could start a family was really cool, and then your kids would grow up and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, this game looks amazing. I sometimes get shocked when you mention, oh, this game is Unreal Engine 5, because this game doesn't really have that Unreal Engine 5 look. It looks awesome. Like this looks like a true next gen game when you look at the lighting and stuff like that. And the art direction is also excellent. It's kind of like the storybook, soft shadows, kind of bright soft shadows, storybook kind of look. The only thing, like, people have dragged this game because of the female protagonist, which
Mhm.
I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't understand that, because like always has a sort of dopey look on her face when they show her. She's not like
Everybody is
the,
upset. Yeah.
but obviously you can customize your character, and you can play a male, you can play a dude, you don't have to play a lady. And yeah, I think there's going to be customization options. You don't have to look like this weird looking lady who always has a
I
dopey
think
look on her face.
I think a lot of it is just a lot of the chuds upset because they can't jerk off to the female character, to be
Yeah, I
honest
mean,
with
it's
you.
not going to be
Oh,
Stellar
that's
Blade where you just get
I think that's what it is. They're like, oh god, I don't like the girl because she's not super hot. That's what it is, honestly. Everybody thinks the girl has to be Laura Croft with gigantic boobs and all sorts of
hmm
stuff.
hmm
Honestly, that's what it is. That's to me that's what it is. It's people freaked out when they had Alloy come out in Horizon Zero Dawn, and she was attractive, but she had chubby cheeks, and they freaked out about that too. So that's all it is. That's all it is. It's just it's get over it. I don't even care. People are ridiculous.
Oh my god, a woman that's actually packing a little bit of extra weight has a little bit of flesh on her
So
face.
I don't even care what she looks like. It's a video game, people. She could have a freaking hand coming out of her forehead. It's a video game. Calm down.
But I think this game has a lot of potential. Interesting fact, you mentioned Blizzard earlier, but this is not a Blizzard game. This is actually from a studio called Playground Games, and this studio also makes the Forza Horizon games. And they're coming out
Oh, I
with
said collaborations. Yes, I'm sorry. So I
Forza
thought it said
Horizon
they're reportedly
6.
assisting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had no idea Blizzard did some collaboration work with them. That's an interesting trivia fact for
Yeah,
me.
so you're right. It's the engine is the game is using what they call Forza Tech is what it's called. The
Okay.
Playground. It says Playground's proprietary engine and Unreal Engine 5. So it's using what they call Forza Tech, which is the Forza Horizon Studios technology, I guess, that
Mm-hmm.
Playground Games is using. And Playground Games is Blizzard Entertainment is assisting Playground Games with the cinematics. So I misread that. Interesting.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of text on the screen right now. I'm not really paying attention to it. I did not preview this video before putting it
You're
on
good.
stream, but I just like that it was like a long video, so that way I don't have to like hit replay on it.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. The studio also makes Forza Horizon, which the new Forza Horizon is coming out real soon as well. So they're
Mhm.
if this comes out this year, they're gonna have two high profile games out in 1 year, which is just absolute madness. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't really have, like, for me, the hype meter for Fable for this game is, sort of like 7 to 8 out of 10. Like, it's been so long since I played Fable 2 that it's just like a kind of like a distant memory now. But
Mhm.
I mean, just yeah, the game is gorgeous, and if they rework it in such a way where they honor the original games and just kind of like spruce up quality of life stuff, just make it feel like a new, fresh game experience, then I think it will do really well. Yeah.
I agree. Looks fun.
All right, Rep. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate you. You have a good shift tomorrow morning.
Yeah, have a good one,
Next game,
bud.
I'm going into my what's at the bottom of my wish list now.
Okay.
Um, so I don't really feel like I need to talk about every one of these. They just have to be at the bottom of my wish list. I do want to talk about maybe Blackwood first. So you're starting to see a pattern with my picks on my Steam wish list. I just found out about this game a couple weeks ago, and yeah, to me it looked really cool. It's basically Spine, but they're trying to straight up copy John Wick. So this is like the unofficial John Wick game. Again, from a smaller unknown studio. All I have to go on is like this trailer essentially. I think the game is set in the 90s or something. It's a bit more retro. See the guys in like a video store or
I see
something.
that. Yeah.
And the main character is sort of like a cross between Tobey Maguire and Keanu Reeves or something. Um, so yeah, I guess the concept is that by day you're just like a video store clerk, but by night you're like part of this underground society of assassins, and you do jobs for shady characters. And let's see if I can like skip ahead to some action gameplay here on the video. There we go. Oh, that's very quick. Come on. Come on now. They're showing a lot of boring stuff. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so we got like the usual sort of like jujitsu, gun fu takedowns. You can slide over the hood of a car. Um, oh shit! Did he just curb stomp the guy?
Oh God,
Jesus.
I was about to.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so this is like ripped straight out of like John Wick 4.
Yeah.
In John Wick 4, they had that big shootout in Paris, the L'Arc de Triomphe, right? They just.
I've never seen a John Wick movie, so I
Oh,
couldn't tell
okay,
you.
yeah. There's this like ripped straight out of a set piece from one of the movies.
Game looks a
Um,
little rough, though, to be honest with you.
yeah, it is. It definitely looks like alpha footage. They say it right there. Yeah, it contains alpha
Yeah, yeah,
footage.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, it's cover based shooting, but yeah, I guess they're kind of stressing mobility, an aggressive play style too, environmental takedowns, all that sort of jazz. There is a game that came out. I played once on my other channel last year called Suit for Hire. And that game was also trying to do a John Wick thing where it's just like very quick takedowns, style, you kind of like style over realism. This looks like it's borrowing from a Suit for Hire as well in a way. Oh, they have a full on melee combat system going on here too. So cool. So yeah, this part reminds me of like the game Samson, which came out
Yeah,
pretty
it's the game that
recently.
Lazy was talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean it's doing a lot. It's trying to do a lot. For like a small team, this definitely looks like a pretty ambitious game. Looks a little rough, but seeing as it's only alpha footage, it still looks not half bad. And I'm sold more on the promise of it, right? I'm sold on
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
potential, but we'll have to see. And that's all I gotta say. Any questions about this one, Skinny?
No, I've never heard of this game at all.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what do you
Max
want to?
Payne, that's the other game I was thinking of.
Yeah, yeah,
On the
they say
bottom,
it
that's the
even
other
they
game
say it
that
here in the
says
title as
when he
well.
did the little jump shot thing, the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the other game. The other game I have is the last game that I'm really, really excited about. That they once they announced it, you just never heard anything about it, and it's supposedly supposed to be released in 2026. Is Jurassic Park Survival.
Yeah, tell me
This
more about
game,
this.
I have no clue when this game is supposed to be released. It's supposedly released in the late 2026, but I have no freaking clue how or when this game is going to be released because they've literally never said anything about it again once they've done that. So it's supposed to be canon to the first Jurassic Park movie. You play as a doctor, as one of the scientists in the first story, in the first literally after the first movie ends, and you're escaping the island after the first movie ends, and you're trying to escape Isla Nublar in the InGen facility. So everybody's escaped. You're one of the last scientists, and you're trying to get out. You literally have to use stealth and basically your smarts. And this is alpha footage also. So they had other trailers. So there's a trailer out there that looks really good. So this is like pre-alpha stuff, but there's a trailer out there that looks really, really good. Um, that is part of the game that they showed that looks amazing. I hope they showed the actual trailer itself, but it's a fully realized semi-open world, and the dinosaurs are fully reactive. Every dinosaur has different behaviors, and the story is canon actually to the video game world. And it's all about avoiding the dinosaurs and its evasion rather than combat. So it's kind of like horror like anything else. So you cannot it's not a game that you actually engage with the dinosaurs because it's basically you are outmanned. You're out, you are out powered. You're
Yeah.
overpowered. You don't have guns. You don't have weapons to be able to attack them or to shoot them and things like that. So you have to outsmart them. You have to maneuver around them. You have to use stealth. You have to use different things to be able to distract them or to find ways to outsmart them or to do different things. So I'm really, really excited. First of all, I freaking love Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs and cool shit like that. So this is I love the fact that it's in that world and that it's canon to it and that it's actually like a licensed product like that. And it's not something like goofy like Turok or something like that. And
Turok.
so I know, right? It's first person, which I'm okay with. It looks really cool, and then you have to survive it and stuff like that too. So, I'm excited about it. It expands the movie's events. It's in that world, so I'm looking forward to it. It's in stealth. I'm not a huge stealth person, but it's not that I dislike it. You have to use the environments. You have to distract them. You have to impede them, so you're unarmed and stuff like that too. So it includes areas that you've seen in the movie and stuff like that, and some areas that you've not seen, and has species that you've seen in the movie too. So I think it's really cool. I'm excited for it. I hope it comes out this year. I hope it doesn't suck, but I hope it. If they have to delay it again, and if it's good, then I'm about it. But we'll see. So it
Awesome.
looks really cool. It looks like it could be awesome, but I don't know if it's going to come out this year because they literally have not said anything about it, but maybe they're keeping it under wraps for a reason and just shadow drops or something like that. Cool. But this is the actual footage of the trailer.
Yep.
If it looks like this, that'll be awesome, but we'll see.
Have you played Jurassic Park Trespasser?
No, I have not.
I think that was an older game, also first person, I believe. And it seems like it's in the same style. Like, yeah, again, stealth and exploration, not so much combat because, yeah, what are you gonna do? Do a stylish takedown on a T-Rex?
Yeah,
um, oh, yeah. These guys are freaky. The guys that have like the gills.
yeah. So I
Um,
mean, it like I said, if it follows the actual canon video game or the actual movie, and I mean, if you think about it, like if you're placed in that world and you're that person, it is basically like a horror movie. I mean, if you think about like Jaws, and if you're in that world, it's a horror movie. Like if you're in that situation, that sucks. Like I would not live. Like I put myself in that situation, I'm dead. I'm dead 30 minutes into that situation because there's no way I'm living. So that's crazy. So it looks cool being in that thing in that world. So I think it'd be awesome.
yeah, I've never played a Jurassic Park game, but this looks pretty slick. Looks very
Yeah.
immersive. The graphics, UE5 again, maybe.
I don't know. And maybe you have 2 days to get out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say. At least I was not able to find it, so that I can find. Now I wasn't able to find anything.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I am so old that I watched the first Jurassic Park movie in the theater with
Me
my
too.
mom and my best friend. I
I
still
watched it with my
remember.
parents together. Yep, I
Yeah.
remember that too. I was so excited. 1993. I think it
That
was
that was an
1993.
amazing movie. The
That was an amazing experience. I remember waiting in line. I was so excited as a little kid, man. Oh my God.
Boat Guy 2, fellow olds unite.
Dude, it was 1993. Look at that. I remember that off the top of my head. I just looked it up. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. I totally remember that off the top of my head. God, I'm so old.
Fellow olds unite.
It's a fucking retirement home in here. Yeah, so I'm excited. I still have the VHS, Demasio. You don't even
Damn.
know what a VHS is. Whatever. This guy trying to act all old over here. This guy does. He's not even old enough to buy a beer. Get out of here.
All right. I'll do more of a speed round. Was this
Okay,
your
yeah.
last game? You got a few more games in
I
your
got two
backlog
more, but
there.
I'll lump those two together because those are really short.
Okay. On my wish list, at the bottom, I do have Star Wars Outlaws because I kind of had it in mind to check it out at some point because I'm big into the Division 2 right now, as you know, Skinny, and Star Wars Outlaws is made by the same studio, but I hear not so great things about it, but it's not a brand new game, so it's just I have it there when it's on like 50% off one day. Pragmata um, just came out recently. Been getting huge buzz. Right, I've seen Cloud stream it. People are saying it's like an early contender for Game of the Year. Um, Looks pretty cool. So I got my eye on it. I'm not gonna rush out to buy it right this minute, but it's definitely something I'm curious about because I do like third-person shooters and science fiction, and you've certainly seen a lot of that sort of stuff on my list tonight. Capcom is on a freaking roll right now. They're I think they've entered their second renaissance period right now. So kudos to Capcom for putting up bangers lately. So I'll talk about Double O Seven First Light. That's also on the bottom of my wish list because it's like a recent addition. I thought I wasn't interested in this game, but I'm a sucker for the marketing machine. So they basically did like a closed door sort of preview to a bunch of press and content creators recently, and then all these people put out videos in the last week to report on what they saw um, at this event. And yeah, it's actually looking pretty good. I mean, it's made by the Hitman developers, IO Interactive, so it very much is in their sort of style where the game is mission based. When you're in a mission, it's not purely linear. You get to explore big open space and decide on your approach on how you want to achieve your objectives, whether you want to go 100% stealth or going guns blazing. It seems like the game will still put some guardrails on you where they'll basically set things up so you start in stealth, but then eventually, inevitably, conflict will be unavoidable. Otherwise, how can you have these exciting set pieces where you have these shootouts and you're jumping out windows and shit like that? You can't have that with just like a ghost the entire time, right? And you're undetected. So the game is going to be probably heavily scripted, but within the bounds of those big those big beats in the mission, they'll probably let you experiment a little bit. So there could be some replay value. So yeah, I don't know. I wasn't interested in the game before because I really wasn't interested in the Hitman series, although it's really popular these days. And I haven't seen a good James Bond movie in a hell of a long time. I think Casino Royale, or the one right after that one, is the last Bond movie I've watched. So I've been sort of detached from the whole Bond series for a while. But seeing these previews and stuff, it does look pretty solid. I mean, I'm into the third person shooters, and from all accounts, like the writing is supposed to be good too, and yeah, the melee combat looks half decent as well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's not a game I'll buy for, new games now in Canada, Skinny. They cost $90. So when you add in
Oh
tax,
shit.
when all said and done, you pay your taxes $100. $100 for a brand new AAA game now. So
That's
Am I gonna pay
crazy.
$100 for this game? Hell no.
God damn. Hey, with the Switch price, the Switch 2 price increase, you guys are paying $10 less than Americans. So there's that.
Oh,
I was
really?
doing, yeah, we did the math on my Discord. You guys are paying $10 less than us. So there you go.
Wow, that's a nice change.
I was gonna ask you guys to we're gonna get some type of like Switch 2 racket going on here, but you guys might be region locked, so never that may not work out for us. So, but yeah, that's crazy, dude. 100 bones. Holy moly. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Yeah, James Bond video games are not worth it. That's yeah. I don't know if any video games are worth it. Holy shit, dude. $100. It's crazy.
This seems like a game if I really, really liked it, I'd probably finish it, put it down, and then 6 months later, I'd do a replay of it on hard difficulty or something. So, in the end, I'll probably get decent value out of it, but it's just yeah, just these days, like $100 during a recession is a tall ask.
Like,
Yeah, I said the R word. I said
yeah.
it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what do you got for us next, Skinny?
I'll lump two of them together.
Okay.
Since you guys were talking about Capcom being on a heater,
Yeah.
I will say another Capcom game, Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Oh baby.
That is a Capcom game, so they're bringing back Onimusha. That's a game that hasn't been out for a while. So I used to love the Onimusha series. The last game, I played Onimusha 2 and 3. Onimusha 3 was the last one I played. I think that was on the PS2 or PS3. I don't even remember that game. But Onimusha, this one looks like a banger. This one looks really cool. I used to be such a sucker for the Onimusha series. I think they're bringing back pretty much the same game style. I think it's the same type of series, same type of gameplay. Doesn't look like it's straight off away from that type of gameplay, that type of story. It's supposed to be set in the 17th century Kyoto's with the same type of supernatural threats. Third person type of action series starring Musashi as he's battling the demons. So the Genma still. So you still have the Oni Gauntlet, features precision combat parries, counters, finishing move called the Break Isen. So it's supposed to be for PC, PS5, Xbox. So it's going to have your sword combat. You have one-handed, two-handed attacks, parries, dodges, just like you used to before. It's going to have a lot of mysticism artifacts that allows players to absorb souls, which was very similar to the originals, of course. So you have dark fantasies filled with supernatural threats. So again, very, very similar to what the original version was too. So you're going to be fighting a lot of the similar type of storyline of the previous Onimusha game. So I don't know the actual storyline itself. I didn't really do as much research on this game, to be honest with you. So, but it looks really cool. This is a game that I probably will not buy on release or probably this year, even if it does release. But this is a game that I would buy on a Capcom sale eventually, and something that I would like to play. Probably sometime that I would buy it and hoard it for a little bit, and then probably play sometime next year. But if it was on sale, because does look like one of those games that I would definitely play eventually, because it does look really cool. So look fun little hack and slash game that I could see myself getting into. So, and I'm sure it's going to look beautiful as well. So I love the set pieces and everything like that too. So, and it's not one of those like crazy difficult type of Souls games. Capcom doesn't really make those type of games, but they do make some really fun type of action games like this.
This
So
looks pretty like I think the animations look great in this game.
yeah,
I'd never played an Onimusha game ever. It looks slower paced, doesn't it? It
yeah, yeah.
looks quite
And that
unique.
Yeah, and that's kind of the trademark of the Onimusha games. They're very open. They're very open to new players. So like even if you've never played an Onimusha game before, it's not a hard game to get into. It's not one of those games where you have to be like an Onimusha veteran. You can jump into any of the series games and you can just jump right into it and you're good. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Hmm.
like a legacy game where you have to be an Onimusha veteran or anything like that too. You can jump in and play any game. They're all really fun. They're all really distinct. They all usually have their own powers. They're all just a lot of fun and things like that too. So the combat's always really fun. It's a pick up and play type game. As you can see, pretty simple combat, one-handed, two-handed attacks. You learn powers over the game. You get stronger over the game. Pretty simple, pretty average combat, but there's just something about it that's just really fun as you go. And you get you get you get I wouldn't say you get overpowered, but you get strong pretty quickly, and that's kind of the fun part of it. You don't get ever overpowered, but it's also just challenging enough to where you keep playing and you don't get over. It's not something that you easily beat, but it's not something that's completely like Dark Souls to where it's just overly challenging and it's just like a game that you quit. You know what I mean? So, but it's one of those just fun action adventure type games that
Hmm.
it's just a fun time and it looks gorgeous.
Cool. If I may, I don't know if you have Netflix, Skinny, but the Onimusha series on Netflix is excellent. I highly recommend. I was quite surprised how good it
Animated
was.
animated series or an
Yep, it's an
actual.
animated series.
Okay, okay. I have Netflix, but I never watch TV, so but that's interesting. I didn't even know they had that.
If you got
Huh,
time, just throw it on.
that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool. I didn't know
it's quite
that.
good.
All right, last game I got.
Okay, let me go back
And
to my list.
I don't really know too much about this one. I just know the starters. I know where it's kind of based on and things like that too. This one is actually going to be a 2027 release, and this one is the latest Pokemon game. This one is Pokemon Winds and Waves. So this is going to be Generation 10. So this is going to be for Pokemon Switch 2. And I don't know specifically when in 2027. Maybe if Boat or Nick is still in chat, they can probably tell me. They're the big Pokemon experts. This is supposed to be set and inspired by Southeast Asia. So normally a lot of these Pokemon games are usually inspired by specific regions in the world. So this one is going to be set for Southeast Asia. So as you can see, a lot of Asian inspirations, as you can already see. So the
Hmm.
starters are going to be it's a grass starter called Brout, fire starter called Pom Pom, and then the water starter, I think it's called Gekwa. It's 2027, nothing specific yet. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of cool. So they haven't really said anything specifically about what the story is, I don't think. I don't think. So from what I've seen, the legendaries, and I don't know, I kind of did a little bit of research, but there's some really weird things that I found. I couldn't find anything specific, but the legendaries point to, of course, the associated with like the wind and the water, including a wind grandma and a wind grandpa. So I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe that's because again, this is just weird rumors from what I saw on some sites and things like that too. And I don't know if that's a thing. The games are expected to feature a gym challenge and of course boss Pokemon. That's normal. Similar to Sun and Moon is what they're saying. So I've never played Sun and Moon, so that'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious. I wanted to look at what Sun and Moon's boss and gym challenges were like. So that might be something similar. I kind of want to get on the old emulator and check out what Sun and Moon looks like. Just because I think that'll be interesting because I want to get familiar with that before that comes out because I think that's interesting if that is true. And it's also said something about it may include MMO style raid battles. Not really sure what that would look like or how that works. I don't really know. I'm not really familiar with what MMO style raid battles would be. So that might be more up Boat's alley. So, but I think that's interesting too. So, um, yeah, I don't know too much about this to be honest with you. So we'll see. Um, Again, it's supposed to be more so like the land and the area. As you can see, it looks like it's like an island in kind of like inspired by Southeast Asia. Then be set like in an ocean area, island area. So open world exploration. It's supposed to include also underwater diving. It's very open world. So as you can see there, it's supposed to have little islands and archipelago area. Focus on the environment. So it's supposed to be very environmental as well. So it's supposed to be cool. I think it's interesting underwater. So yeah, there you can see. So I don't know if they're going to be underwater Pokemon now. So that should be cool. We'll see. So I think there are some underwater Pokemon, but they never actually featured them underwater. So multiplayer stuff had already what I guess can be considered MMO stuff in the last previous games. Yeah, I don't know. See, and I still haven't played the latest one too, so I don't know how that would work because I know they didn't have like traditional gyms. So yeah, so it should be interesting. Max raids and Sword Shield, Terra Shield, and Scarlet. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, Wind Waves should be interesting. We don't know what 2027s will look like,
So,
so
so
yeah,
there's a
there's some
game
fun
called
stuff.
Wind, and there's a separate game called Waves. Is that the deal?
So the way Pokemon works is the way the Gen games come out. There's usually two games. They're
Okay.
virtually kind of the same game, but they have differences. They have small differences. Normally, there's two different legendaries, and within those games, they usually have different. They have small differences as well, but they have two different legendaries. So normally, you have like Scarlet Violet. So you have one legendary that's different in Scarlet, and you have another legendary that's different in Violet. And then also within the games, you may have small differences. So you may have a differences in one of the gyms may be a different in one gym may be different in one section versus another section of the game, maybe a different gym in this section. One gym may be a rock, maybe in that section of the game, maybe a steel or something like that too. So there's little differences within each game as well too. But traditionally, the biggest difference is the legendary. One of the legendary Pokemon are going to be different for each game. So that's going to be your main difference. So same thing for like every game. There's usually two games for that generation, and that's usually how it works. So for every generation, that's why you see that there's two games normally. So you'll always see that. You'll see Sun Moon, Red Green, Scarlet Violet,
Sword
different things
Shield.
like that too. Sword Shield,
Yeah.
exactly. So you'll always see
Okay.
that. So there's always two games for each generation. They're always that's how they come.
Very makes good business sense in a way. It's like it's not like
Yeah,
more revenue
same
for them.
game, two different. Yeah, exactly. We'll just change up the stickers. So that's basically what they
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
do.
interesting. I have,
Yeah.
I've exposed my own ignorance of Pokemon. But yeah, I had no idea. But
Oh, trust me, I'm still extremely ignorant of Pokemon, and I played for the last few years, and I'm still learning too. So I have a ton to learn too. So yeah, I'm
it
still very
looks
new in
cool.
my
The
Pokemon.
art style, the graphics reminds me a bit of the newer Dragon Quest games, like Dragon Quest 11. They just kind of reminded me a little bit of that.
Yeah, I got a lot. I have a lot. I still claim that I'm new, even though I've beaten like 3 or 4 games now too. So, but I still use the new. I still feign ignorance as well. So,
Nice, nice.
but honestly, like here's the thing too. Like Pokemon leaves so much on the table, and that's the most like irritating part about fucking Game Freak and the Nintendo and like Pokemon in general for their video games. It's the most irritating fucking video game franchise out there, to be honest with you, because they leave so much on the table. Like Pokemon could be probably making like they're making a ton of money already for video games, but they can be one of the best video game franchises out there if they really wanted to. It's insane. They just do exactly what Boat says. They do the fucking bare minimum, and it is so frustrating. These
Hmm.
games could be amazing if they really wanted to. Like, it's literally low hanging fruit to make $1 jillion. They could
Mm-hmm.
create their own currency with this stuff if they wanted to, but they just put out sometimes herds of video games, and people would still make, but we still buy them. Is the shitty part.
Mm-hmm.
But they
Mm-hmm.
still do like the bare minimum, and they could do so much with these games. With the Switch 2, this game could look gorgeous, and it could. We'll see though. We'll see. Like, there's just so much potential with these games. We'll see what happens though.
Must be frustrating.
Oh, it's super frustrating. Scarlet Violet. Yeah.
The physical game is a hell of a big deal too, right? The cards
What do you mean?
themselves, like the
I
collecting
could
the
care
physical.
less. Me personally, I could give a shit less.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. When it comes to the physical, digital stuff, I could give a shit less. Honestly, when I die, I'm not gonna have this like physical collection that I pass down to my family. Like, I don't give a shit about that stuff. But whatever. So, I could care less, but I know a lot of people do, so it doesn't bother me. Yeah, the market, yeah, it really has.
Ruined by
It really, really,
scalpers.
yeah,
Scalpers.
exactly. These 48-year-old neckbeards that are hanging outside GameStop waiting for these booster packs outside GameStop and trying to harass 12-year-olds and stuff like that too. So who knows?
Can I ask a favor, Skinny? Can you do your nerd voice for me?
Oh, geez, what you would. I just want my Jesus. I just want to get my booster pack and then my Flareon Ultra 72 number series.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's your last game, right? This your last game on
That
your
is
list?
it. That
Yeah.
that is my last game.
The only other game I had at the bottom of my wish list was kind of like a weird pick. I put Tekken 8. This is a game that I already own on the Xbox. I actually 100%ed Tekken 8 when it first came out.
Damn.
Once in a while, I just feel like double dipping on the game. And lately I've been thinking about like, oh, is there like a game? Is there a fighting game I can play on the side once in a while? Sometimes I just feel like pushing buttons and punching people in the face, but I decided to, I just have it on there in case during a Steam sale, like the summer sale or winter sale, it goes on like 75% off, which I have seen it be super cheap. So if it's super cheap, then I'll be willing to double dip and just play through the campaign again, because the campaign was really fun in Tekken 8. I suck ass at the online, of course, but Tekken's fun. Tekken's fun.
Also,
That's
the other game, you just wanted to say a game that you 100% it. You just wanted to flex that. You're like, I just wanted to. You just said you wanted to.
it's not
finally
a
do
it's
that.
not a hard game to 100%. And I've only like 100%ed like 2 or 3 games in my entire life. So just give me
Yeah,
that, Skinny, okay? Give me that.
I've only 100% in one game. Okay, so I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Bo brought up Marvel Togon. I think is what he had said. I saw that game also a couple. Like I think they showed that game in like the play
Ooh, yeah.
the PlayStation the PlayStation Play. I think is what they were talking about. I think they brought
Yeah,
that up.
yeah. That game is really
That was
shaping
pretty
up.
cool.
That game is really, really shaping up. It's basically modern Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, that was really
Except it's crazy. It's like
state of play.
4v4. It's not. It's beyond. Yeah, it's like wow. You gotta learn 4 characters to be competitive in that game. Yo, crazy.
Yeah, at my age, I can just do one-on-one.
I can barely do that.
I can barely do that. That's what I'm saying. Jesus Christ, I can't even do that. So,
But yeah, that game is made by Arxis, the company that makes Guilty Gear. So those guys know their shit.
it's a
So yeah,
banger.
I think the game's gonna be really good.
The other game that almost made the cut was the Wolverine game.
Oh,
Uh, that game almost made the cut, but I don't know. Like I don't. I've never been a Wolverine stan. Like I have no problem with Wolverine. I think he's just one of those that everybody like jerks off to Wolverine just because he's cool and stuff like that too. Like, but I don't know. I've never been like a huge Wolverine person myself. I have nothing against him, but I don't know. I've just never been a big Wolverine person. But it looks pretty cool, but I don't know enough about it. I didn't really look at it, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
I just know they had a really good trailer, the cinematic trailer, where he's just like killing people in gruesome ways, left, right, and center.
Hmm, hmm.
So that looked nice, but gameplay wise, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. Neither have I.
Um,
Neither have I.
Back in the day, was it Wolverine? It was like an X-Men game, X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's the game.
Oh
I thought that
God.
game was really good.
That was the movie game though, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, a surprisingly good one at that.
I don't know anything about that game.
That
The last
was that was awesome.
the last Marvel game I played was on the Switch, and I think that was the Marvel like Alliance or something like that, or the Marvel. What was it? It was like the group game where you played one and you were like in a kind of a group about like Marvel Alliance or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't very good. It was okay. It was a fun game, but I didn't play it for
Mm-hmm.
very long. Ultimate Alliance, yeah.
Ultimate
I
Alliance,
got really
yes,
bored
that's
of
the
it though.
one.
It was really fun, but I kind of got bored of it. I think I beat it, but I was like, I think I beat it, but I think I beat it out of like I bought it, but I felt compelled to beat it. But it was okay.
That was one of my favorite
Yeah,
games
that's
on
what it
the
was.
360.
It was very grindy because I feel like it was the same button combinations, but it was the same button combinations, but everybody had different powers, but everybody had different powers using the same button combinations. But the roster was awesome because it did have a very deep roster. You are correct.
Yeah, that
And you're right,
game.
Damasio. I don't know anything about that game other than the music because you're right. I really don't know anything else about the music. I don't know anything about the Blaze Blue other than the music. So you are correct.
I
But the game
think
was fun.
I think that's it for us then.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah, this actually went on quite a bit longer than I expected to. I thought we would only be chatting for an hour tops.
That's usually how it goes, though.
No, it's good. It's good. I got to learn about some games I had no idea about, including Pokemon, including Jurassic Park Survivor. Some good shit in there, man. Yeah, next month I believe we're gonna start getting the summer season new game reveals. I don't remember exactly when the Summer Game Fest starts. I'm pretty sure it's in June. So typically that would have been E3 time, but E3 is been dead for many years now. So
Rip
it's all
Mozo.
about the Summer Game Fest. So we'll see what new stuff is revealed.
Fuck the Summer Game Fest. Summer of Skinny, baby. Let's go.
Oh yes, my bad.
We're playing Halo this summer. Let's go.
Hot new game Halo.
Hot new game Halo. Well, it's going to be a new game for me because I've never played Halo before. So we'll see.
Is this the Master Collection? The
The
Master
mas-
Chief
the master the
Master
Master Queef collection. Yes, sir.
Master Chief. Yeah, okay, nice, nice.
So we're playing Halo 1. I've never played a Halo game before.
You will
That hot
be
that hot new game.
you'll be blown away, Skinny. Absolutely blown away.
I'm excited. I got some nice mods too that's supposed to make it look like in 4K.
Oh hey, yeah, Bokai. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Bokai is sharing some of his wish list picks.
Castlevania's supposed to come out in the winter, I think, too. That Galactic Racer looks pretty cool. I think that comes out in the autumn as well. Mariachi Legends. I don't know anything about that. What's Mariachi Legends?
Yeah, I've not
Please tell
heard
me
of
that's like
that.
a please tell me that's like a Guitar Hero, but with the mariachi. That'd be cool.
Is Castlevania Belmont's Curse the 2D one?
Yes, they're
That's
going back to the OG style. Yeah.
yeah, that looked hot. Yeah, yeah. That's somewhere on my wish list. It's one of the 150 games on my list for sure.
Mariachi Legends looks like Blasphemous. Boat. That's what that looks like. Mariachi Legends looks exactly like Blasphemous. That's the first game that came to my mind as soon as I looked at that. It's indie Metroidvania. Is that what it was? Day of the Dead art style? That's what it looked like to me. Echoes of Aincrad is one of the ones I'm looking for based on the Sword Art. Wow, Sword Art Online. Look at this guy. This guy going in deep.
Look
The
at this
deep
guy.
cut. I know. Look at this guy looking up. He's Googling deep cut video games. Look at this. Games that make me sound like a gamer. Look at this guy, Damalio. He's Googling up really quickly. Pink Pocket, what vacation is over? Pink Pocket, any games you're looking forward to this year? Or any games you're looking forward to at all? Welcome back, Pink Pocket. There's a bunch of Sword Art Online games, but I didn't play them all. Played them and they were decent at best. There's like a billion Sword Art Online games, isn't there? Animo? What kind of weird stuff are you talking about?
I feel so basic with my picks. You guys are finding these weird gems.
I know. These are crazy games. Animo, this looks like the cutest game in the world, Pink Pocket. Oh my god. This looks like a game that you play on Valentine's Day.
It's like Pal World. Oh, okay.
It's literally made by Paw Print Studios. That is the cutest studio name ever. Seriously, this looks like the cutest game ever. What in the world? Oh my god. This looks like Lisa Frank come to life. It's a free-to-play
Here we go.
next-gen creature catching game. Oh my god, it really is.
Wow. Oh, my internet's dying.
How did you find this game? Pink Pocket? When does this come out? Oh, it doesn't say anything. That's a cute game. Open world RPG, capture and evolve. This is such a Pokemon game. Yo, that Mariachi Legend looks pretty. Looks pretty. It's not a game that I would play, but it looks pretty dope though. El Sombre, Pablo Cruz. I like that. La Sombra. I like the actual sword art, and I like the characters, and not just because I am Mexican. That is cool though. That Galactic Racer game does look pretty goated though. I wanted something like Pokemon, but more evolved. Oh, a little bit more grown up. I like that. Look at Pink Pocket. A little bit more mature. Pink Pocket got me fucked up. Her Pal World got me fucked up. That's funny. 60 minutes skinny edition. Pink Pocket. Pal World just did something to Pal World did something. It shook poor Pink Pocket to her core. That shit did something. It changed her world. It changed her life. That's funny. My pal, what he did, that dude went into business on his own.
Oh, okay.
That dude said, yo, your pal said, I think I can take this guy. He's a level 82, but I think I could get this dude. He's got his back turned. I'm only a level 3, but I think I get him. I think I could get him. I don't have a top 5, but there's a multi-games I'm waiting to hoping to play. He died. Yeah, he did get died. What about you, Nick? What kind of games you looking to play? And if you say hentai cheerleaders, I swear to God, I'm not. Yeah, I know. I swear, Nick. I don't want to hear it. If you say busty business women from level 72, I don't want to hear it from you. Hentai cheerleaders, that's what this guy's going to say. This guy's going to say lonely moms from level 32. Where's Nick? He's somewhere. Might do Forza Horizon 6, but it's based in Japan. Other than Phantom Blade Zero. There he is. Forza Horizon 6. I didn't know you were a big racer guy. Someone spoke of hentai games. Of course he's here. No, he said something up above. He said 60 minutes skinny edition. That's the only reason I knew he was here, because he said something above. That's how I knew he was here. That's the only reason I said something, Boat. That's the only reason I said something. Yeah, that Phantom Blade Zero game does look pretty fucking badass. I got into video. Really? Okay, that's cool. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about a video game though. Star Reach, Zeverland, Stupid Never Died, State of Decay. Oh, that's right. The State of Decay 3 game comes out. Gran Turismo's and Ridge Racers, dude. Ridge Racer Muse. I don't know much about Ridge Racers. I remember I've seen them. I saw a lot of gameplay back in the PlayStation games era, but I've never played a Ridge Racer. My brother used to play him a lot. I've just seen him, watch him used to play him. But man, the music, I remember when he would play him all the time, the music, watching him play the games and Like listening to the music, man, those
Stupid
game
never
that
dies.
music would man, that music takes me places, man. Ridge Racer music, man, so fucking good. That music, Ridge Racer music takes me back. It takes me back to an emotional period of my brother. That's so good. Fucking music is great. Gran Turismo games are fucking amazing. I've played Gran Turismo games, but the Ridge Racer games I've never played. Those are more of my brother's games. Stupid Never Died. What the hell is this? New Fire Emblem this year too. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were talking to Blind Prophet about that earlier today. You were talking about how goated Three Houses was. This is an interesting game.
Let's go fun
You,
brawler.
you guys have find some interesting games. This is the
I'll
crazy part
say.
about video gaming. This is the crazy part about video gaming. Like there is so many different types of video games out there. Like it really like amazes me the different types of games that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the genres of games and the amazing like there's just video games for everybody. If you say you don't like video games, it's because you've never played the right video game.
Yeah, I really don't want to see any more clickbait content on wherever social media where people are just like, there's nothing to play. The game industry is gonna be dead because there's no games. There's no good games
Somebody,
out. It's like,
yeah,
would you
somebody
please
let me
stop?
know. What is the movie where the dude's a zombie and he slowly turns back into a human because he starts feeling human qualities? Does anybody remember that movie?
As a
Because that's the
movie?
vibes. Yes, that's the vibes I'm getting. Warm Bodies. Yes, this is the vibes I'm getting from this game. When he was looking at the girl and he was thinking about kissing her on the cheek, and look, that's what this movie, that's what this game is giving me vibes of. Yes, Warm Bodies. That's what that's what this is good.
Oh yeah, it's Motor Shell too.
The MC here is a shape shifting zombie. That's what that game was. That's what this was giving me vibes of. That's interesting.
Okay.
Everything stops for me when Hentai Cheerleader 2 drops. Nick's buying the Steelbook edition. Literally the Steelbook edition. He said, I'm
Call
kidding. No, you aren't.
call it in sick to
Oh, that's
work.
right. You're talking about Romeo is dead. He's calling in sick. 3-day weekend.
Oh yeah.
He said, Jarvis, get the goon chair ready.
Oh yeah,
What is
Roman is a
this?
dead man.
Zeverland? Oh, okay. Damasio, you're looking on a zombie kick here, or like some type of monster game kick here. With and then you said State of Decay 3 also after this? Haven't had the funds to pick it up yet. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Hey, what's up, Jordan?
I miss video games. Aw. They are great. Yeah, I did State of Decay 3. That's another one of those games that has been in development for so long. I put that in the same category as the Fable, the new Fable game. Just hope it comes out one of these days.
There's so many genres that I wish I could play or that I wish I was into because there's so many like games that I know are good, but I wish I could play. Like there's so many really interesting survival crafting games that I know are good, but I just can't play them because they don't jive with me. Because I know like I don't ever say like, oh man, that game sucks because I don't like it. Like I know there's a lot of good games that I don't like because they don't like particularly play with like they don't
Mhm.
particularly like not my thing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're just because I don't like that genre doesn't make it a bad game. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
doesn't click with me. It doesn't make it a bad game. There's a lot of games that I wish I could play that I wish I liked because I know they're good games. And that's like kind of like the survival game genre because I know there's a lot of cool games out there like that,
Hmm.
but it just doesn't click with me.
It's
I can't play
crazy.
I can't play the management style game, I think is what it is. I can't do like that in like that really detailed type game because I get like I can't get caught up in the minute details. You guys have seen me. I'm a skinny savior, auto click A. I can't be bothered with details and reading, let alone doing this part. Are you kidding me?
N7
That's the
mentioned
crazy thing.
Assassin's
I
Creed
love
Black Flag
Persona
remake.
games. I stream Persona games. I've streamed the hell out of Persona games. I have like 99 hours in Persona 5, and I streamed that game, and I read almost every single screen of Persona 5. So that's the crazy thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
You
man.
definitely need a group to play those games. And on the group based building, you spend hours on it farming materials, and then the majority of people play
Game
it and
too
get
good to
games.
mash A.
Yeah. Real and valid. Games too good to mash A. I know. There are some games that are too good to mash A. Like Ace Attorney, I don't mash A those games because also you got to pay attention and read those too because those give you clues. I've streamed those games. Jordan, you were around when I streamed some of those games too. I didn't mash A. We all read those together. Jordan can attest to that. You're like, oh shit. Now that doesn't go to say I don't remember them. I'm like, oh shit, I would be talking to everybody. I would be talking to everybody and I wouldn't remember. That's different. That's different though. I wouldn't remember. I'd be like, wait, hold on. What did he say? That is different. That is different. I'd be like, wait, what? The Assassin's Creed game, that one does look interesting because they did say that they added some stuff or something like that, or I think they said they didn't say that they changed things, but they did say that they added some stuff. I think is what they did say. So, and that's the game that they say everybody said that they wanted to remake because it's like the best game in this in the franchise.
There's so many of these
And
games now.
that's the game that everybody said that is the best though. So
Yeah, people love Black Flag.
I've never played that one, but and it's weird. Like they announce it, and it's like coming out really quick. It was rumored, then they announced it, then it's coming out like in 2 months. So
I like
they
when you
kept
do
it. They
that.
man,
I
I
like
do
that.
too. You managed to keep it under wraps pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you and Kirby talking about Assassin's Creed Black Flag a couple of times when they've talked about some of these games before. I know Rex has talked about these games too, and I know he streamed it. Because I know a lot of people shit on Assassin's Creed, and people are like, "Well, Black Flag is good." I don't know anything about Black Flag though, other than it's a pirate game.
Basically it. Sail the high seas, assassinate some people, get into ship battles,
Make out with your crew.
get scurvy. Lots of stuff to play. Lots and lots
Yeah.
of games.
And that's the crazy thing. Like coming into this year, I was like, yeah, there's not really any games that I'm looking forward to. And then as the year went through, I'm like, wow, there's some pretty good games coming out this year.
Exactly.
That's been that's the crazy thing. Like it's been that way for like the last 2 years since 2024 has come out. I'm like, man, 2024 has been a year of bangers, and then 2025 came out. Man, this year's been a year of bangers. So New GTA game looks pretty good to me. I don't know anything about the new GTA game. I've never been a big GTA person, but I know a ton of people that are all about GTA. So that game's gonna be wild when that game comes out. So
Hey, Skins, just
I
hold
was,
on the fort for a second. I'll be back
yeah,
in a
you're
minute.
good. Yeah, Burb. Let's say, oh, Burb. Okay. Um, I haven't looked at anything about the new GTA game. Where is it supposed to be based out of? To be honest, is it supposed to be based out of like Miami? No, they have a game that came out of Miami though already, right? Where is this one supposed to be based out of? And it's supposed to be is it supposed to be like current? Because I know the last couple of games are supposed to be like well, the last game was current too, right? I think that one was based out of okay, so it is out of Miami. Okay, so it is out of Miami. I thought so. I thought so. I've seen a little bit about it. I think I saw like a little bit of the thing, but I know GTA is not really my thing. I get lost in the game because I think I've played GTA 5 too much. I get lost in the game because I end up just driving around and just robbing things or shooting things and I never actually end up doing the actual story itself. I never I'm too yeah, I can never stay on track with those fucking games. That and I hate driving games. I suck at driving games. I suck at driving games too. So driving games are the fucking worst. If there's a game that's driving, that's I yeah. That's how it was in whatchamacallit. What the fuck is that game called? What is that? And it's like GTA Grand Theft Auto. It literally has fucking auto in the name of it. So there you go. I think it's only because of the oh dude, yeah. You have the fucking shark cards, the game. Yeah, they make like $1 jillion off of just the shark cards, right? So I've seen people play on they have like what do they have? Like the role playing online still, stuff like that too. Yeah. Where you get online and some 12-year-old calls you the N-word. Yeah, that's all about that. People make tons of money on that too. The shark cards. Yeah, exactly. And they make tons of money off of 12-year-olds calling you the N-word online too. So who knew that was $1 billion revenue? Who knew? Lots of people play that way still, yeah. So yeah, it's all the online role playing community. It's crazy. I've seen people, like I said, I've seen streams like that too. It's weird. So some of those, there's some weird communities on there too. So it's crazy how that game for ages I wanted to do the RDR2 role play. Follow a few streams. Yeah, that's big too. I've seen that before. RDR2 well no, I'm talking about like some of the communities that do it, they get kind of weird about it. I've seen some legit communities do it, and that's kind of cool. But I've seen some weird communities do it, and that gets kind of weird. Like depending on who runs it, they can get kind of weird. Like some of them can get weird. Uh, but
What'd you say? It's weird. I'm back.
some of the communities that do the role playing, some of them can get really cool, but then some of them can get really weird. Like I've listed like I think Coop's brother does a GTA 5 role play, and his is cool. Like
Oh,
I don't follow any of those, but I follow him, and he does a role play with some of his friends. I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cool because I don't follow that shit normally because it's not like my thing. But his is kind of cool, and I actually like watch his and stuff like that. But then there was somebody else that he follows, and he rated somebody that doesn't. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of disturbing. So I was like, I can't watch this. But yeah, I don't know enough about 4 and 5. Why is 4 considered better than 5? Vice City.
GTA 4 was pretty awesome when it came out, I have to say.
The only thing I like about GTA was the game, and I don't know enough about it. I just like the game where the guys and I have the the point redemption where the guy's ordering from the drive through. He's like, I want 2 number 5s, a number 2, a number 46, a large soda. And he's like ordering like 7 different things. That's the only game that I really like. I don't even remember which game that was from, but I love that game. And
No idea.
he's ordering like 7 different things. Big Smoke, yeah, that's what it is. Big Smoke. He's ordering like 7 different things from the drive-through menu. He's like, I want 3 number 5s, a number 6, a number 47, a large, and then he's like, a large fries, a number 3, and a large soda. It's really funny. It's so funny. That's my favorite fucking part of that entire series. I have it as a point redemption in my channel. It's the best. That part is so fucking funny.
Oops. No, I don't want that. Yeah, San Andreas was my least played GTA.
But
That's a
like when
weird one
those
for me.
games, and that's the crazy thing, like if you're old enough and like when you played those games when they came out, those games were revolutionary. Like I remember how crazy that game was. Like when you were, if you're old enough and you first played that on the PlayStation and you blew up the helicopter, the police helicopter, and you were in middle school and you first blew up that police helicopter and you were like, holy shit, you can
Hmm.
do this in a video game? Like this is crazy. Like you were able to like do that in a video game. That shit was mind blowing. Like I could not believe that you could do that in a game, and that a game could even have the like. I thought at that time that video games had reached their peak. I was like, there's no way gaming is going to go any further. Like this is the peak of video game. Like we've reached the pinnacle of gaming. Like there's no way it's getting better than this. And just like how crazy I thought that technology was at that time. Like there's a whole city in this game. Like this is crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
know this was possible.
Yeah, Vice City for me, after playing Vice City, I wanted every game to have an open world, like an urban open world like that. You know, I thought, oh, this is the future. In the future, I'll be able to go into every single building of this open world city, and I'll just be able to, it'll be almost like a life simulator. Uh, and yeah, here we are many years later, and you still can't go into every single building in a game, and I don't think you would want to. Yeah. GTA 6 does. I'm curious to see how it turns out, but I'd probably wait until it comes out for the PC next year. It's probably gonna be like another year or so before it gets the PC port. Well, that was a quick one for State of Decay. State of Decay 3. Oh, and there's a new Metro game coming out. Come on. Come on. You guys can get a peek into my YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, see, it's playing everybody's again for some reason.
New Gears of War. Yep. The music in the GTA 6 trailer is so good. Add to my Spotify. Ah, yeah. They've always had good musical selection for their trailers. Inspired, I would say. I think I remember GTA 5, holy hell. Back when they had like the first trailer for GTA 5, I think they had like a Lionel Richie song or something. And I remember like being obsessed with GTA 4 with all the like the three big trailers they released for GTA 4. I thought they were so well done.
Yeah, I remember them having like actual real music on the radios, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! You can do that."
Oh, what messages?
They were mine. I had my text messages up for my wife.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was texting really quick.
Wifey's like, "Hey, honey
Yeah, I
buns, when are
wasn't
you
too worried
coming to
about it.
bed? When are you coming to bed, honey buns?"
Yeah, I was like, I'm not too worried about it. It was nothing scandalous. I had to hurry up and just text it. It was send a text really quick. Wasn't too worried about it. What is this, Metro?
Yeah, Metro 2039.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
If only we would be blessed with a skinny peen pick.
I didn't have the text open to you though, so it's fine. I don't know anything about the Metro. Are they all in like railroads or like underground, right? The Metro games? They're like rail in Russia or something like that, right? Because I think I've
Yeah, it's
seen.
all like this
Yeah.
underground network. I played the first one, Metro 2033. I was having quite a bit of fun with it, and I got stuck on this ridiculous section of the game. Which is sad because I was enjoying the game until then. It's got a bit of that Euro jank. Skinny. Definitely. And there is I always forget what the connection is, but you know, there's the Stalker games. The Stalker 2
Oh my
came
God.
out last year, and there's some connection between the two studios that make the Stalker games and the Metro games. I forgot what the connection is, but yeah, they have similarities for sure. What the hell is going on? Wait, this looks good. Definitely interesting.
I don't know anything about these games. There's a shit ton of these games, aren't there? It's like 3 or 4.
This will be the fourth one. Yeah.
And they're horror games, right? They're like first-person horror games.
First person yeah, there's horror elements. They're more sort of like a little bit of survival. They're story based, but they also have survival elements and creepy stuff, paranormal. Post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
Oh, that's freaky.
If I dropped enough words there.
Adjectives.
Yeah. In the first game, I'm sure that this happens in the other games too, but you can walk into areas that have like high radiation, for example, and then or there's like a toxic gas, and then you have to put on a mask, like a rebreather sort of thing, and then you'd have an oxygen tank they need to manage. So if you run out of oxygen or something, you'd be in trouble. You have to swap it out, put in a new tank. Yeah, Jordan, thanks. Wow, this is quite a long trailer. Yeah.
You sure it's not a playthrough?
That monster was like what, Snuffleupagus or something? What the hell was that thing?
Mine is too, so I got a bunch of water.
Coming this winter. Wishlist now. Don't mind if I do. Click.
You and the gunners.
Let's see. Let me find one more game that was mentioned in chat here that we haven't taken a look at. What else was there? Let's look at one more trailer before we call it for tonight.
What's the other game?
I have to scroll quite a bit. Chat's been popping off. There's a game that one of the games Itemazio mentioned, because Itemazio rattled off a bunch of games.
He's a true gamer.
He is. He is. I mean,
Faded K3, Star Reach.
oh, here we go. It was before Star Reach. Echoes of Aincrad?
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, this is a Sword Art Online one. Oh, yeah, let's check it out. A Bandai Namco joint.
Interesting. Damn, this is a God Eater game.
Ooh.
That's what it reminds me of. Jordan over there just dropping emotes all gummied up. That's what it reminds me of. God Eater.
Well, this is a very nice looking cel shaded animated look.
It's a free game.
So is it like combat similar to Expedition 33 or is it more free
It's
form?
literally so quiet. It is. You can't hear the noise. There's volume. Jordan, you can't hear it. The volume's all the way up. You can't hear
Don't listen to him, Jordan.
it. Oh no, you can pre-order it. Okay, it's
Yeah, apologies. I had the volume off while Skinny and I were just yapping our faces off. But actually, even if I wanted the volume on, I couldn't get the sound for the browser coming through the stream today. So, apologies for that. Now that we're sort of like in the epilogue of our stream, of our podcast. Well, Skinny, I think I'm gonna head off. It's getting late for. Well, it's really late for you. We got some real
2:15? Yeah.
night owls. We got some real night owls in chat.
I can never sleep, so I'm good.
You are the immortal. You're the sentinel that stays awake and watches over the
I'm
family.
I'm slowly killing myself is what I'm doing by not getting any fucking sleep ever.
Thanks for doing this with me, Skinny.
Dude, this is a lot. I love doing shit like this, man, all the time. Heck yeah.
And I super appreciate everyone's support, both on both our channels. Thanks for coming, everyone. There's too many of you to mention, but yeah, thank you all so much for your own game picks. We really need to see that because there's so many games that I'd never heard of.
Yeah, no kidding.
This year is shaping up to be pretty good. It's gonna be another great year for games. So keep your wallet, hold on to your wallet tight, and try not to spend it all in one place.
All
Thank
right,
you,
Mac. I
Jordan.
appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, thanks, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, Mac. Thank you so much, sir.
See you later. Have a good night.
Yep.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, guys. Give me 1 second. Where's Discord? Do I not have a Discord? Yeah, here we go.